I would do that once I'm back in school, but since I'm out of school, like all my friends are available at night. All of the streams are in PST, so I've got to stay up a lot later usually. So
right, because PST is the best time zone.
No,
Eastern. What is that? Central. Oh, don't get me started about the
I agree with you on Central.
supremacy. What?
Did you know, Theo? I'm always out of work on Saturday mornings. I get out of work.
Hey, okay. So you're saying, do you think you could be a regular on the Touch Grass podcast?
Oh, 100%. I get out of work at 8 in the morning and I stay up all day.
There you go.
I don't go to bed after I get out of work.
Excellent. Well, somebody
I guess the crime-fighting kitten doesn't want to stay.
No, somebody tweet this. Welcome to the Touch Grass podcast, by the way. I'm Theo Snodgrass, your host. With me this morning is Drunken Emerald, special guest Vaugh, Coleman, and Arza Chats. Say hi to this. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah.
Yeah, Drunken, what's going on?
You did warn us this would happen.
I did. Here's the thing.
No, I'm not playing victim here. I'm not playing victim. I knew
what I didn't consent to going live yet.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, no, I mean he's attempting to get back at me, Arza. And it's just you'll see, it'll fall flat in his face.
He's claiming as soon as he wakes up. I mean, the guns will be loaded and he's coming out full barrel on Theo. I mean,
Arza, have you ever shot a gun before?
I've seen it on TV.
What do you mean? This is the.
Why are you like manhood testing him right now? Well, like you are too twinky to be asking questions like that.
This is very true. I have.
What are you doing?
I do own a BB, though I broke.
Dude,
is it a Red Ryder?
BB guns I never had, but I used to have an airsoft gun. That shit was awesome. It was like
it was a BB pistol or an airsoft pistol.
That's cool. I've never. Let's see, BB guns. Because you're not supposed to like really shoot each other with those because they're metal.
No, because they shoot copper pellets.
Right, exactly. And that's not you would. But the airsoft guns were a great balance because you could still like it hurt, but you could morally shoot people with them, and
you weren't likely to put an eye or kill a rabbit.
Well, that's why you had to wear a mask, is so that way it doesn't.
Yeah, I remember shot like right here by a BB before, point blank.
That's tough.
They it was loaded and like pumped the night before because it was a pump rifle, and the dude didn't realize it was loaded and he just pulled the trigger and hit me right in the face.
Damn, that's rough. Anyone else who get shot in the face before?
Well, yeah, and also this whole idea that you're not supposed to shoot people with a BB guns is a generational artifact. Like it used to be understood.
I try to never be in a position to take a shot in the face.
Yeah, it's like, okay. All right. Now, it used to be just like a thing you would do.
No, I'll be honest. My mind went, I was going to make that joke too, but I'm too early.
The door was open. I had to take it.
Yeah,
guys,
someone
it's
had
a family show. We're trying to, this is
all right,
trying
Theo,
to maintain a high level of highbrow
discussion.
discussion.
Theo, come on.
This is
Vaugh, here. I can send you the lists of movies that I currently am in possession of. Just my DVDs.
Are they highlight the ones and pink the ones that you've seen?
I mean, to be fair, I do own a ton of comics that I still have to read. I own some movies I haven't watched, but like you seem like you just so you go to the store and you buy it and you're like, yeah, I'll watch this, whatever.
I can understand it. I mean, if you're buying movies in bulk.
Yeah, no, I get it.
A lot of movies you haven't seen. You're going to Goodwills, your bargain
most of them are
DVDs
$1 to $1.59.
Oh, then that's easy. Yeah, no, I get it. Look, I say that, but then as I'm realizing I'm saying that, I do have video games I've been sitting on for years I haven't played. I have comics, so I get it. I do, but I like messing with you, to be honest with you. Well, it's also, to be fair, I mean, movies, I used to watch them there was a point where I was watching one like every day, sometimes more than one. Especially like when I was in high school, but I fizzled out, man. I haven't been making the time for it lately, but I mean that's what I used to do.
Do you think that's because the movies they make to appeal to your generation suck? Like
well, that would be that.
Well, that's why movies to appeal to my generation anymore.
No, they do. They just they want to. Our generation. Yeah, I just don't want it's weird. It's like they're trying to tell us what our generation likes, and then the NPCs kind of go, "Oh yeah, we like this," and it's like, I mean, they'll be like, this is hip with the kids these days. And it's like,
how do you do, fellow kids?
yeah, how do you do, fellow kids? Yeah, that kind of
You
stuff.
ever talk to any of these NPCs and like
Yeah.
try to get what they actually like? They have no thoughts.
They have none. They have
Yeah.
none.
Well, what percentage of the audience do? Because I think there's like some percentage of the audience, maybe it's half, maybe it's a third, where they'll just consume whatever gets produced.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product. Get excited for next product.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I think it'll be like for example, someone I'll talk to someone who's like, I'm really excited to see like new Marvel, whatever, and they'll be like, quote unquote, Marvel fans. They'll be like, I don't understand. Why are you excited for this? That looks nothing like the character. And they'll be like, yeah, but I still want to see it. And
my favorite one was Multiverse of Madness when that one came out. It's like, I love Multiverse of Madness. Like, well, the movie's kind of bad. And like, yeah, I didn't really like it all that much. I'm like, you just fucking said you liked this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and then in a week they'll decide when TikTokers say it's mid, they'll be like, actually, it's mid. And it's like,
no, it's the one thing I've noticed around a certain demographic and also a certain generation when it comes to movie consumption is the dissonance there is between them. They will sit there, willingly admit the movie sucked, but still say they love it. They can't, it's like they can't go and just fully say, yeah, that was shit.
Because they want to fit in.
Garbage.
They're afraid of they want to be part of whatever. And this is, I guess, what it comes to. No one wants to. And maybe this was a thing in your guys' generation too. But it was like, there's a level of conformity. There's a level of, and I'll be honest, like I've done it, and I kind of stopped caring. I guess at one point when I was in college, like there'd be people, everyone would be raving about a movie and be like, I just didn't really get it. To be honest with you, I thought it was like okay.
I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until it was almost halfway through its entire run. Well, everyone was already starting to rave and stuff about it. I'm like, I'll check it out eventually, even though everyone was in love with it. Look, it's like it's the same thing about other things. If everyone's on the bandwagon, it's a huge success. I'll wait.
Oh, see,
I'll
really?
just wait. I don't need to see it right now.
See, I'll go honestly, on it when it's all at hyped. Like I was like Sonic 3. Sonic 3 I wanted to see, and then everyone else started liking it, but I was going to see it regardless because I've been fans since I was a kid. But like, I mean, it's like, I guess it's part of why my channel, like now I'm doing stuff because I want to, and happens to be trending, right? Like, I think that's part of why my channel wasn't doing as well, is because I would just be like, oh, what are your thoughts on the latest Marvel thing? And I'm like, I'm kind of bored of them. I don't want to pretend that, or they're like, are you angry about it? Do you love it? And I'm like, I'm at a point where I just kind of don't care. And I know not caring doesn't get you views, but the fact of the matter is, it's like, I'd rather talk about the stuff that these indie comics that not that many people have heard of. And that's the truth. And it's kind of in a weird spot where like, people often have to pretend like they care about things that they really don't. Like at a certain point, if you've done like 50 videos about how dead a franchise is, it's like you're kind of the one keeping it alive in a way, It's like with Star Wars. Like I stopped paying attention because I'm like, it died, man. It's sad. It's like that. Like to me, I see Star Wars as like that one celebrity that's like now a drug addict, isn't in any good movie. It's like I don't even want to think about it. Let's just enjoy the glory days. Whatever he's doing behind dumpsters these days, let's not pay attention. That's kind of what I see a lot of the franchises that I grew up with as, and it's sad, but
unfortunately, Homeless cracked out and trying to earn some money behind the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, this is right. This is, I feel similarly about Star Wars. It's something that I really used to enjoy, and I'll never forgive them for taking it away from me. I'll never forgive them for what they did. But also, I want to drill down on this idea because this is interesting. I have a friend who told me once that he had never seen a bad movie, and I said, "What do you mean?" And it's like, well, I just kind of like enjoy every movie that I ever watch at a baseline, and some of them I enjoy slightly more, but it never falls below that baseline. And so what I'm actually asking you, Vaughn, is do you think that it's just there's some people who have no taste, which is to say they have no way to discern between good movies and bad movies, and that's like half your viewing audience, that's your normie audience? Do you think that's a real thing?
Well, here's the other thing, right?
That is an interesting. This is an individual I'd love to, so they get like, because I guess you could technically argue there's good in anything. I mean, but like, okay, but like,
Look,
It's
I
just
will
a
say
strange
I am
response.
easily impressed by movies. Like,
Yeah.
Wow, I will say this. That was pretty mean what Nate just said to you in the chat.
What did he?
Theo is like he's quoting Mr. Skywalker.
No, I honestly, yeah, I don't take that as an insult, by the way. Even the part where he murders kids. I mean, if you've ever been to a grocery store, you know, I think it took courage to do what he did.
Yeah, stunning and brave. Stunning and brave.
Anyway, but yeah. And I'll
well-
never forgive them for what they did to Star
Well,
Wars.
yeah, I
Anyway,
mean, another thing too is like getting onto that because I would make excuses for, and I guess this is the thing, when The Force Awakens came out, I was like, this is awesome, I love it, blah 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 blah, and I had one friend in the locker room who was like, no, it sucked, it was unoriginal, it was garbage, and we were all like, shut up, dude. And now a couple years later, I'm like,
Guy was all right.
yeah, I'm like, you know what, man, you were right.
See, I've always been that guy in the locker room because while I'm easily impressed, I'm also easily pissed off. And I'm so like I've always had the unpopular opinions. Like if there's a movie everyone loves, I'm the first one to like that movie kind of fucking sucked. One of them being Multiverse of Madness. Most of my friends really liked it when it came out, and it literally until recent, like only just now did my friend like agree that Multiverse of Madness is a bad film.
Yeah,
So
the
do you think-
multiverse. Or how about we all cheered to see characters we see get butchered. Oh my god, Mr. Fantastic showed up, and then he dies at 2 seconds, and we're like, that's supposed to give us a
Okay,
like,
admittedly, I thought that was neat at the time.
yeah.
I had to think about it to realize this wasn't respectful. This was explicitly disrespectful because
Yeah, same with Professor X. He loses a telekinetic or a telepathic battle, Professor X, in his first appearance in the MCU, and I was because I cheered when Professor X showed up, and then I'm like, no, that's stupid. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's dumb.
well, the
Like,
worst part
They
is
did. The death of Professor X was done much better in X3.
which is not a
Not
good
the
bar.
greatest, but it's better than what they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like they were trying to do like, oh, hey, it's actor I recognize, as character I recognize.
Yeah.
I have dopamine now, but they didn't have enough money to keep him on set for like multiple days. So they had to kill him right away because they only had so many scenes they could do, Because
And what are the other
They
things
did
that-
that. Well, they did that type of thing and acknowledgement with Deadpool and Wolverine when it came to Chris Evans. I mean, him
Yeah.
just flat out saying, Do you not realize what he was doing to our budget?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, yeah.
Not to
and
mention,
think
it's
about
okay to do
That's
that
probably-
in Deadpool and Wolverine. It is
True.
a completely different type of movie. Now,
Yeah.
I'll also say this. One of the things that really helped Mom was the fact that it was directed by Sam Raimi. And all the little Sam Raimi-isms were sneaking in there and keeping everyone like,
Oh, it was
actually
well
thinking it's a
directed.
Good movie.
Mhm.
Like all the Sam Raimi shots were amazing, but it was everything. So that would keep you confused about all the actual bad stuff that wasn't Sam Raimi.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Is it time to just tell extended universes to fuck off and just let directors make movies again?
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, I think it
100%.
depends because if you're tackling an established franchise, this is why I do think that there should be some level of, like you got to respect the source material at the end of the day. Like, yeah, I know you want to let artists cook, but at the end of the day, if you're making a Marvel movie, you got to be respectful of Marvel characters. And there are so many Hollywood directors that I think you say that, but it's like a lot of them are just going to go, well, here, what if we do this? And it's like nothing to do with the source material. Like that's where I draw the issue. But the problem is that often a lot of the people running the universes don't get the source material. And that's just the truth. Like, so if it was with the extended universe, like ultimately you have to realize these are Marvel Comics characters. And I think we just need people that are respectful to that. And truthfully, I don't think most of these directors care about that. I don't think they do their research and read the comics and all that stuff.
They're actively told not to.
They're actively told not to. And it's like, that's why I'm like, why would I care? Like,
And also, they don't even know how to make a comic book movie. Comic book isn't a genre, it is a style. You can tell literally any kind of genre in a comic book. We have comic books of there are silent comic books. There are westerns, sci-fi, fantasy, ninja shit. You can do basically anything in a comic book. So why the fuck is every comic book movie a blank action film?
Well, it's not even just that. It's also like the MCU has its own formula. Like, oh, well, it's comic book movies have to, and it's like, no. Comics don't have to undercut serious moments with jokes all the time. MCU humor. Like,
it's the obsessive need to make everything multiverse. Everything has to be in the same universe or make it so it can tie in so they can do team ups. Can you just do standalones? There was nothing wrong when movies did standalones.
You know what you do to make it so you can have team ups? Everyone's a fucking street level hero. As much as I hated the Arrowverse, the way they handled most of their characters was so that they never had any need to cross over with each other, and then when they did, they would. You know?
Yeah,
Flash
the only real true crossover was just what they did with Oliver and the Flash. With Green Arrow and the Flash.
Hey,
that
made sense.
That's how they introduced the Flash. They're in essentially neighboring cities. I mean, and so that interaction just came naturally. It was well done. Yep, this indicates they are in the same universe, and so you do see a little bit more interaction. The rest of them, I mean, Supergirl was on a completely different freaking Earth.
And that's why she only ever crossed over either during the Super Crisis things, or she crossed over with Flash twice specifically, and one of them was the Music Meister episode, where the Music Meister was, I forget what his goal was, but he merged the two worlds for temporarily to mess with
I will say
Flash
they did Flash. Hey, and I will say this, Arrowverse did Flashpoint better than they did in the movies.
Oh, 100%. But not better than they did in the animated universe.
Correct.
What do you guys think about this?
1,000,000%. Grant
Agreed.
Gustin, I think, is the best person to ever play.
Okay, but take out the kidnapping and the rapes. Do you still feel the same way?
Yes.
Ezra Miller isn't an actor. He can't act.
No, all right, that's not true. That's objectively wrong. Like, I don't like Ezra Miller as a person, but have you seen We Need to Talk About Kevin?
I have not, but I have seen The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and he wasn't particularly great in that one either.
Well, all right, he was good in, We Need to Talk About Kevin, but he also plays a psychopath, and I'm starting to wonder how much of it was acting. Yeah.
He just plays a rebellious homosexual in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And I'm like, I could just watch The Mirror. Then I would have seen the same thing.
But I do think, where is my blonde Barry Allen? He's blonde in the comics. Hello? Where's my representation? Where's my Barry Allen representation? Come on.
Right.
They want him to look like Wally West, so they're tricking us.
No, well, Wally West also doesn't have brown hair. Wally West has red hair. So either way, they got it wrong. Why
Sometimes
can't
red
you?
looks brown.
What is it they keep? Are you colorblind?
No, but sometimes the way that red hair is drawn looks brown.
All right. Hang on 1 second.
I agree. Wally isn't technically a redhead.
This look brown. I do have concerns, man.
Not most of them. He does not look like he has brown hair, but there are times where it looks like he's
the
got brown
nerds
hair.
are fighting again.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
Well,
I'm waiting to
the
see.
chat. Let's go to the chat. Pretty easy to act when you're just playing yourself. Just ask The Rock. Good point.
Yeah.
The Rock has
played
so much range.
Rock.
No,
He has
well,
so much
here's the
range,
thing.
man.
If you cultivate like a strong personal brand and it's really associated with one type of character and you can just monetize the shit out of it, I kind of don't. I don't hate you for doing that, but it's not.
That's why we need a distinction. There's acting and there's performing. Ryan Reynolds is a performer, not an actor. The Rock is a performer, not an actor. Keanu Reeves is a performer, not an actor.
Keanu Reeves.
No. You put Keanu Reeves at the same level as The Rock? Go fuck yourself.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
You called him a performer.
Keanu Reeves does not act. Keanu Reeves cannot emote.
Yeah, you did.
Keanu Reeves was really good as Shadow in the new Sonic movie. Like, I'm normally annoyed with celebrity. I'm normally annoyed with celebrity voice actors. And honestly, like, he did great, man. He was really perfect casting. Like, actually, to the point where I'm like, I could almost see him playing him if they wanted to bring him over to the games and shit. I would see it.
Well, they did. They literally brought a voice pack. Keanu Reeves did a purchasable voice pack for one of them.
What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure the new Sonic game that was just put on Steam. I'm pretty sure they did a DLC voice pack that Keanu did. I think.
What? That's crazy.
Like, I'm 99% certain I heard.
I'm gonna look into this because I'm gonna get this if that's the case. But yeah, I mean, back to Star Wars and how they ruined our lives. One of the things that I remember growing up with was the triumphant story of Luke Skywalker redeeming his father laying it to rest, Return of the Jedi. And, you know, ever since I was a kid, I'd always want episode 7. And now that we have it, I wish I never got it. I wish we had that, because that ending scene of Return of the Jedi, I don't care. It gets me emotional, man. Every time, even just watching it on YouTube, just where the music swells up and he looks at his dad and has that approving note, even if it's a stupid Ewok song, god damn it, it slaps. And
wait, are we talking about the original from the original theatrical release? Okay, not that updated crap that they did in the special edition.
Well, I grew up on that, but then I remember rewatching it after years, and I go, why is, like, they should have just left that out. But regardless, the note of the triumph at the end was great. And then they're like, hey, what if, like, Luke died sad alone on an island? And what if Han Solo and Leia got divorced and then got killed by his son? And then Leia also dies. Wouldn't that be fun? No. So now that's what my kids grow up with. My kids are going to grow up with that now. They're going to grow up with, instead of the happy ending that I grew up with. And that's, I guess, why the problem with when these characters go on for too long. And that's why in the realm of comic books, it's easier to keep things going, although they've been screwing that up too. But, like, you know, with actors, ultimately, it's like people are going to be like, I don't want to be here anymore, you know, whatever. And that's where it gets tough.
No, see, under Lucas's direction, the 6 episodes, the original 3 plus the 3 prequels, was the Skywalker saga, if you will. Now, when the evil empire took it over, aka Disney, and then did the last 3, it became the Palpatine saga.
Now, I will say one thing though, Vaughn. You said that your kids will have to grow up with a sequel trilogy. That only happens if you're a bad father.
If you're a bad Well, no, because what if they watch it at a friend's house with an
Where did you see this? Where did you learn this? I learned it from watching you.
It's quite simple. There's true fiction and there's fan fiction and there's really shitty fan fiction. This is like,
there's gonna be like episode 15 out by the time I have kids, because they're gonna be like, this is the last one, guys. This is the last one, guys.
As if they have the money for that.
I don't see that happening. I with everything that's been going on at this point, I'm thinking they're looking. It's not going to happen under Iger, but I think Disney wants to eject Marvel. Possibly Marvel. Definitely wants to get rid of Lucasfilm and looking to possibly get rid of Pixar. So I don't think they can afford it.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you think, I think Disney is going to be forced to offload some of these IPs at some point if they can't make money on them? So Warhammer, do you guys know a little bit about Warhammer? They did something interesting with their IP where they let a lot of different creative entities take a crack at it. And because of that, it was people who genuinely loved Warhammer that wanted a piece of the action, right? And so you ended up with a lot of different stuff that was made by different people, but it ended up being really high quality. Do you think there's a world where the Star Wars IP is handled like that, or the Marvel IP is handled like that, where a bunch of different creative entities?
Star Wars used under Lucas. That's how Star Wars is handled with the EU. They basically contacted a bunch of publishing houses like, hey, we need someone to write a Star Wars book. Can you get me someone to write a Star Wars book? And they did that to like 30 different publishers.
Yeah.
And that's how the EU started. I actually had the first book that was ever written, but not published because they stole the license from him.
Yeah. Nate said Inside Out 2 was great. I also agree. But yeah, ours is making a great point.
It was not great. Inside Out 2 is not great. It was okay for what it was.
But
and it psychologically
go watch
was
Godfather and then have a better take on movies.
Okay, no. I'm looking at this from a psychological perspective and as someone who was a teenager not too long ago. Inside Out 2 was not good in that regards. And also they didn't understand hockey. So it just pissed me off on all levels.
Terrible. But no, I think your point is right? Like a lot of the Star Wars lore that people were excited to see adapted came from the extended universe, and then it all got fucking scrapped and they replaced it with garbage.
And then they didn't have any stories to base the movies off of.
Yeah. And so what you're left with, I guess, is the extremely just like cynical way that Hollywood degenerates view human nature. That's why these movies that's why it's the Palpatine saga and not the Skywalker saga now. And that's why like fucking your heroes die in The Force Awakens and fucking Chewbacca has to watch Han get stabbed to death by his son. It's just like, why?
Well, this goes back into the EU. Back to the next one.
I mean, this goes back to the EU. For Star Wars is the whole point. I can't remember who the author was. After I read his book, which opened up an entire storyline, they killed Chewbacca.
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was, but this is back, granted, where Luke and Leia and Han have 3 kids.
Yeah, God forbid.
And their youngest is named Anakin. And the thing is that Han ends up blaming Anakin for Chewie's death.
Oh, crazy.
But here's the other thing about the Star Wars extended universe is there was an inherent understanding of the variety of canon. So what was like the movies were canon, the books were under-level canon, and there was kind of just an iceberg of canon levels. And the lower you get, the easier it was to be retconned, or the fact that it was never canon to begin with, which is fine. That's how you should tell. Like, if you have a great universe, there's nothing wrong with telling those kind of stories.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's also to your point where it's like the Hollywood cynicism. That's part of why, like, when I was writing my story, I really wanted to kind of, I don't want to say rail against it because it makes it sound reactionary in nature, but it's one of those things where I kind of wanted to, like I always say in an age of deconstruction, that my story is a reconstruction and a reconstitution of heroism, of heroic stories. You know, I definitely, my whole thing is like, I have my main character is young. He's idealistic. He rushes into battle. He's stupid. But the point is you can be a hero. You just have to go through the appropriate hurdles. You have to do that. Whereas I feel like we have a generation that has instant gratification. Like, I can't do it. And then it's like, if it doesn't work out the way you want to right away, that just means you can't do it at all. And it's like, no.
You know what all these kids need to do? They need to go back. And I know I'm going to shock you guys here. But they need to go back and they need to watch a Labyrinth.
I actually haven't seen Labyrinth, believe it or not.
You're missing out on David Bowie.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
I know. I acknowledge it.
Oh,
This
but the
is
difference.
great radio.
No. The Theo, you got to keep in mind the difference is Vaughn does not own the movie and hasn't seen it. Right. He just hasn't seen it.
Or the other one, Princess Bride, with one of the greatest books ever. Life isn't fair, princess. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you or trying to sell you something. Is that what I think it was?
Ooh, I don't remember that line, but I haven't seen that movie in years. I used to watch it all the time when I was little. Carrie Yules, God bless him. And that one, yeah, that's classic, of course.
And then, of course, the entire point of Labyrinth is the main character is always saying how it's not fair, and she has to grow up and learn that life isn't fair. It's the entire point.
I thought it was just I thought it was just David Bowie one that really wanted to be in a movie.
Okay, but he actually did good in that movie. I will say that movie's great.
He did well.
He saw what was happening and the fact that Sting got to be in Dune, and so he's kind of like, I want to be in a movie too.
Do you know that Sting was supposed to do all the music for Emperor's New Groove?
That I didn't know.
Emperor's New Groove was supposed to be a king in the or a prince in a pauper story, where the emperor would trade places with the peasant guy who ends up being in the story, and then they made it on paper. It sounded good, and when they presented, everyone was like, "This movie fucking sucks." So they had 3 weeks to redo the entire movie. So basically, all the actors just improvised all the scenes, and they just reanimated them.
Damn, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So Vaughn, you're an independent comic book creator.
You just cut out really bad.
Yeah, you just cut out crazy.
No, this is that was boring. I want to talk about something I'm interested in. So you're an independent comic book creator. I've noticed a lot of guys in a lot of different spaces, the novel space, comedy space, film space, and now the comic book space who are like kind of striking out on their own, who maybe would have worked within the old institutional framework in like the 90s, but now they find themselves so disgusted with it that it's not even worth the effort of like pissing up a rope to try to get something done the conventional way. And with the internet, you're just kind of striking out on your own, kind of an act of defiance, you know? And it is that, talk about that more.
Man. No, I mean, you make a good point. Is like, so I was in film school at the time, that's what I majored in. and I started seeing a lot of what was going wrong. Honestly, one of the things that really it was a lot of things. Seeing all my franchises change, seeing creators actively blacklist people for wrongthink, and then it was really what they did to Gina Carano at The Mandalorian was, I think, kind of the breaking point where I was like, so it doesn't matter how, like, I'm working my ass off to improve my craft, and it doesn't matter because if I commit wrongthink, I'm selling my ideas to a corporation that's going to force me to change them for whatever's popular, whatever's the current trend. And then on top of that, not only could they fire me, they will publicly defame me and try to make me unhireable. And I was like, look at what they did to her. And then I've met her twice. Like, she's a total sweetheart. And I'm like, and everyone on those sets loved her. And I'm like, oh my God. Like that was a moment where I'm like, what am I doing? And I was seeing there was a rise of independent comics, and people were crowdfunding and building audiences. And I also just straight up love comics. And one of the things I like about comics is that you can take those big budget ideas and how much it costs to make a page, whether it's a massive action scene or two people talking, is the same amount. It's just the artist page rate. And I was like, this is awesome. I could keep doing it. And then what I liked is like the volume of ideas. Like they barely scratched the surface. And people are like, superhero fatigue. Dude, they've scratched like less than 1% of the Marvel universe that they could pull from. In comics, you could keep going and get idea after idea after idea. And I loved it. And I was like, well, I could own it. Now, obviously, I started to realize that making a company is a lot of work. And to put stuff out at the volume that they can requires more resources than I have at the moment. But I'm building it bit by bit, piece by piece. And I've realized, to your point, where it's like, if there was a better time where it was a meritocracy where it was like that, absolutely. And who knows, maybe one day I'll do mainstream work, but the mainstream, it's at a point where it's like you work so hard almost to get everything ripped from you. And it just seems weird. And hopefully things will start to change. But it's like, dude, Star Wars is like the #1 franchise in the world, and that was the best they could do. How many better scripts did they get when Episode 7 was like announced?
How many better scripts are on MacBooks belonging to random unknown nerds?
Exactly, dude. I could have written a better script.
Well, have you guys seen, there was somebody did a YouTube series if the sequel trilogy was awesome or something like that, or if it was good.
This feels spiritually true. I believe that this happened. This is canon.
That is not true.
If you go back and rewatch Insert Title Here show, you'll see that it did happen. I'm pretty sure.
That actually did not. It did happen. I'm pretty sure. Go back and find that clip, please, Arza. You will find it because it's not real. The fake news media is at it again. Once again, Vaugh Coleman had a success.
Also, Vaughn, I don't think you have to worry about being canceled. You look enough like a twink.
Really? That's coming from
you could always like try to pass for non-binary in a pitch.
I could.
What about me looks twinkish? Exactly.
Don't worry about it, man.
Is the man boobs that look twinkish to you?
Don't worry about it.
It's actually,
don't worry about it. You look really
right.
manly.
I don't think.
All right. Don't worry about it. Don't take it too much to heart, buddy.
No, I don't think any of us are disputing that Arza looks a little gay. I think he's saying twink is a category error.
Yeah,
that's just the wrong category.
I understand. He's just
his class.
Listen, all I hear is a lot of jealousy, is what I hear. Now, but listen, it's okay. We'll move on.
Look, I got the bear bot. Okay, I'm a bear.
On from unfortunately,
it's like
no. Look.
Well, before we're unpacking Vaugh's latent homophobia, which I'm sure we could do at another time.
Okay.
I think he's right. I've noticed something similar in the comedy space as well. I started just aggressively producing my own stuff and shopping my own stuff when I got tired of watching people who sucked at comedy, who hadn't been doing comedy as long as I had, or weren't getting the laughs I was getting, get opportunities because of how they looked or what they're basically being a white. Is like not the time, I guess, in the Pacific Northwest comedy scene to be a white dude, right? And also my subject matter, like I insisted on acknowledging the fact that men and women are different in public. And yeah, I insisted, and I wasn't going to stop. No matter how many times they told me to stop, I wasn't going to stop doing it because it's true, and we all know it's true, and I'm not going to pretend like it's not, right? But the consequence of that was I got banned from a bunch of places, and I had a really hard time getting booked, and people spread a bunch of nasty rumors about me, right? So then I just kind of like went to Idaho, where there's like more conservative people, and found venues where I could like produce my own shit. And then things are fine. But like to your point, Vaugh, it's a lot fucking harder to do it that way. It would be so much easier if I could just go to a comedy club and work my way up. Like that would be so much easier. This is much harder. But because I have my own infrastructure now, people can't take it from me. They can't tell me I'm not allowed to do it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I know what you're doing. You're doing it better than Matt Rife.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's funny. It's like, because you mentioned that it's like, dude, I like, I'm sure you would rather just get on stage and perform. You know, you'd rather, there's all these menial tasks people don't realize when you're running your own business. You have to like, I had to learn printing. Yes, I was going through spreadsheets this week. Like, production costs. Printing costs. You think we like normally, and this is how I feel like a lot of people are afraid that the big corporations, no matter what, will always outpace you, is because they hire, even if they're not as good as you, they'll have the time to get better because they have the time to just focus on their craft. Well, they have an accounting department. Well, they have a marketing department. Well, they have people who book you. You know, they have things like a machine. We're building our own machines constantly. And because of that, like, so that's why I have a spreadsheet of shows to get on. Like I added you guys to it, like 2 new ones, right? That's part of my job. Like I'm having fun here, but this is also work. This is also me building my network. And that, you know, you have to learn to enjoy all these things that maybe you didn't expect. And that's why I do think we'll all be better off because it makes us more well-rounded, even in areas where we wish we weren't. You know, you have to learn about things like crowdfunding. You have to learn about things like that. And ultimately, it does give you a greater appreciation in some ways when you actually get to just do your craft.
And you know what the best part about this, in my opinion, this level of content creation, whether it's comics, whatever, the way we're all doing it from the ground level, means that we're also meeting a bunch of other people who are all doing it at the ground level. So we're people on relatively similar planes, so we can help each other. And most of us have similar sensitivities, so we're all loosely friends. This is not just a culture of content creators; it's a loose culture of pseudo friends.
Yes.
Well, and it also. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It also, I think, eventually people will start banding together and building companies, and they'll find out who the leaders are. Because eventually, we don't want to make it where every person has to do this. We'd love to create those easy avenues, and there's enough people that are fed up that I think we will start making companies again. That we will start. You know, I would love to build my company and make it bigger and eventually have more artists, you know, that I could employ. You know, I'd love to, but that all starts, you know, with a single step, and that's getting my book out. You know, spreading the word is a lot of it. Like you don't just make something, you want people to see it. And as much as people go, well, if it's good, people will come to you. Come to what? What if they don't know you exist? You know?
Yeah.
What if they don't know? Like, oh, my comic is out. If I just imagine I just printed my comic. Well, now you have to go to conventions. Now you have to go to store. You have to put it online. You have to make sure people see it. That is a full-time job.
Yeah.
No. That's several. Like, to be honest, they have whole departments of that. It's not just a one-person job. You know, my book, like, and that's one of the things, again, where it's outpaced. There are going to be books that aren't as good, or books that are better that will either fly over or fly under me. And, you know, you could always compare yourself to someone else. But at the end of the day, you just got to do the best you could do. And the truth of the matter is, it's funny how a lot of things are considered conservative now that objectively aren't.
Yes,
because it's centrist.
Fuck.
Like,
I mean, it's
I'm
just
not
like,
even like, I grew up with like a gay cousin growing up. I support gay marriage. You know, I make fun of Arza, but at the end of the day, I don't actually care. I just rip on people. But even then, that would be considered like, it's homophobic. It's like, no, I'm just busting my friend's walls, you know, but like everything is considered homophobic.
Or
like, for example, I was like commenting, they were basically implying I was homophobic because I was like, this Iceman from X-Men, I've read a bunch of issues of him. He showed no signs of being gay. Why is he treated as the gay icon? Arza? And then it's like, if you go, this is inconsistent with the character. They're like, you hate gay people. No, I don't. I
do, but
it's like, like, because there were characters in the like Mystique and Destiny were supposed to be gay in the X-Men comics. And if you read it, it's pretty obvious. North Star was supposed to be gay. No one has an issue with that. But it's like, when you go take a character that clearly wasn't gay and you go, he was gay, and if you disagree, you're a homophobe. It's like, fuck off. It's like, no.
And, to this point, there's a whole Iron Oxide. There's a whole thing with the entirety of the Overton window. Everything shifted so much. And I mentioned this story yesterday, but I was looking, and for some reason, Reddit recommended the subreddit Threads, Facebook's attempt to copy Twitter that failed. And people were legit, like, there's been nonstop meltdowns on that subreddit of people freaking out because Zuckerberg said that they're getting rid of content moderation, or they're loosening content moderation and moving the moderation team to Austin instead of California. And they're like, he's bowing to the right-wing Nazis. It's like, no, this is a centrist movement. He is moving to the center, not to the right.
Yeah, no, it's another thing too, Arza. So my website is actually banned off of Facebook and Instagram. So hopefully it gets unbanned with this stuff, because they banned it. I think because I have a cartoon gun in the logo. It's Rebel Oasis Studios. And you're not allowed to. And the thing is, it's not like I'm like, and I guess they could argue it's seen as political, but it's really, if you read my comic, it's not really political at all. But I guess everything's political these days. And I remember that was an argument I heard in college. If you're pro status quo, that is political. Okay, you could argue literally everything is political if you really grasp at enough straws. To which I'd say, you must be a lot of fun at parties, And it's like, okay, it's just annoying. You know why it's truly banned, Vaugh? Why is it truly banned, butt sauce? Why is it truly banned?
Because they know you crash people's cars.
First of all, it was banned way before that incident.
So how many instances do we not know of?
I mean, the ones that I know of, you know of. If there were other instances of car troubles, I think I would have had more backer complaints. To be honest,
not if they survive them, or only if they survive them.
I'll make this even wider.
Well, if I kill off
my screen, it's my screen.
So
because
fucking
I'm
rude.
There you go.
Oh, Iron. Remember we talked last night and we said there was no dark mode for StreamYard? There is. Log out, go to the main page and click on my account. It says dark mode. Switch to dark mode. So I found it.
Because I run the insert title here in dark mode.
Yeah.
See, what I do is I just have an extension that turns everything into dark mode. Every single website is dark, even ones that don't have dark mode.
Your extensions say a lot about you as a person. If you want to know how someone is, just look at their extensions on their browser.
I literally have two
extensions.
What are my?
He likes the dark meat.
My extensions. All right. Okay.
I have the honey extension.
Do I? Yeah, I do have the honey extension now.
I do not, because they literally just steal your data and sell it.
What?
Yeah, honey's a scam.
All right, I'm deleting that shit.
Honey.
The honey app. There is
so fucking rude, Iron.
That's what shoe shine's for.
Bro. Dude. I wish
he went there.
I wish I had a dark mode, man.
Imagine all the words I could use.
So yeah.
Like chicken and watermelon.
They would be more focused on your face than they wouldn't hear the words. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a part of me that's always wanted to be black. I think when I was 13 years old, I saw 50 Cent in the Candy Shop video, and I was like, that's what I want to be when I grow up. And nobody took me aside and told me that wasn't going to happen. That made me unhappy for years, And it's like, here's the thing. So my stand-up comedy persona, I could boil it down for you very simply. It's David Duchovny's character from Californication, a little bit of Barney Stinson, a little bit of Michael Scott, and then a
lot of black dude.
Fucking yeah, no. The other one is Chris Tucker's character from Rush Hour, because I watched that movie religiously when I was a kid, right? So that's like the part of it. So there's part of me. There's a little bit of black guy inside of me.
I'm
And
sorry, what?
Oh, there's
would-
just little black guys.
Pause.
Right?
Pause.
What do you mean?
A little bit of-
Whatever do you mean?
I
by
would
that?
like a lot more. I would like it to overflow so that it came out of me. That's
I'm sure you would.
You
If
is,
enough black guys come in, you will flow.
Yeah.
everyone
Wow.
has an inner child. Theo's is just black.
yeah. My inner child was a poor black child. Classic comedy reference.
I'm shocked
to a
you know what a
movie that
computer
Arza
is.
hasn't seen called The Jerk.
I'll confess.
Any response? Any response, Arza? A rebuttal?
I'll confess.
A
Go fuck
correction of
yourself.
sorts? Occasionally.
No.
Occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with what Vaughn's saying is like creating anything independently is extremely tedious, and I have to do a bunch of dumb bullshit that I feel like I shouldn't have to do, but I have to because I don't have a choice. Because if I want to do the thing that I want to do, I have to do all the
These
tedious
are things
bullshit.
you have to do. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna
It's-
make the
it's-
most consumer comment possible.
Mhm.
We aren't going to change the culture by making comics. We need to start branching into more consumer friendly things so people discover neutral media again. Well, and the thing that since I don't know how the sausage is made, the first thing my mind goes to is we need to start making cartoons.
Yeah, well,
I get it,
okay.
but there's this thing called money.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Also, there's no such thing as neutral media anymore because if it's not explicitly woke, then it will be interpreted as anti-woke.
There's right wing.
Like I tried to be neutral with my comedy and I could not avoid it. I eventually had to give up because there was nothing that I could say that did not
the-
upset the feminist mob simply by
That-
virtue of the
well-
fact that I'm a white man in public.
It's neutral in that the plebs will not know. They don't care. Right? The plebs barely notice the far left stuff. They just know something's wrong. And it's the same thing. If you make a lot of right-wing stuff, the plebs will not notice it's right-wing. They will just notice something is wrong. So if you make something with nothing, only people who are going to piss and moan about it are people who no one's listening to anyway.
Yeah, they are losing now. I kind of feel like they're on their heels. I think they overplayed their hand and people got tired of their bullshit. And
But it's like, I'm thinking about it's like He-Man. I don't know how much He-Man costs to make, but it does not look like an episode of He-Man would have been super expensive. But I say that as a consumer and not as a
Dude,
you know,
I'm just saying
animator
those
creator.
production costs add up like crazy.
Listen, you can do it cheap, but it'll take you 9 to 18 months to get it done. Or you can do it expensive and get it done within a month or two. Or
yeah,
like South Park does in a week. I guarantee you the cost for that studio they built is astronomical.
yeah, and it's also they
budgets are
have
a motherfucker.
simply by being South Park, they have a built-in fan base. They still have to advertise on top of that. You know, just because you have a built-in fan base doesn't mean like I had 300 backers of issue 1. I still have to market like crazy. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Is one of the things I learned.
Yeah.
And the other reason I say this is we need something that will appeal to normies or children because we make comics for some of the books are all ages, but kids don't watch us.
Well, part of the problem is
No,
we're
they don't.
in an attention economy that's extremely competitive, and getting attention is a non-overlapping skill with being good at creative stuff. So
No, exactly.
So
look at
it's
Miss
easier
Rachel
to
and
be bad at
Coleman.
creative stuff and then make something super attention grabbing, and then it's hard to make something that has like a lot of mass appeal that's also super attention grabbing, you know.
Breaking news. I'm outside and I am touching grass.
Oh,
Wi-Fi
this is
cannot
the first
support it.
grass
Yeah.
touch of touch grass.
Touching grass.
This is a moment.
So back to you guys in the studio.
Incredible.
I
That
touched
was a
grass
really good
earlier in a
bit.
baggie,
That was a
so
really good
I'm just
bit.
saying.
Yeah, so
but-
as much as I love the fact that there's been this explosion of like guys just saying fuck it and doing it on their own, it's very like cowboy. It appeals to like my Scotch Irish roots that we're out here just swinging dicks. Like I love that. But also, here's the thing: it's harder to garner an audience. But also, here's the thing: so comedy is a game of asses in seats when it comes to monetizing live performance. And as an independent comic, I make more per ass in seat than I would if I was going through conventional gatekeepers, but there's fewer asses.
That's
so
the thing.
getting
It's a
their
tough part.
asses up is hard.
Yeah, and it's also you
not
gotta
overlapping
understand,
with comedy.
a fan is also you want people because the more people also, but I will say that the grassroots movement does almost pull into that, dude, you got to check this out kind of thing. You want people to be excited. And that's the thing. So there's getting attention and keeping attention. So my goal, I want to do a series, which means I want to get your attention and I want to keep it, which is why I will write into issue 2. Is I wanted people's attention with issue 1. Okay, I got it. Let's keep it. Let's see if I can re-earn it. Let's see if I can get people. Let's see if I can keep getting people, right? And that's whole part of it. And I sent you the link to my campaign, but that was basically the gist of it, right? And the thing is, I would love to have a mass distribution model that's cheaper on shipping. That's another thing too. I have to charge people more because like printing costs, for example, is like, God, I mean, it's more expensive if you do less in a way, because when you print more, it's less per book. So it incentivizes you to sell harder. However, digital obviously is an option. And that's another thing. You want to get it in as many hands as possible without destroying yourself, It's tough. It's you have to learn so many aspects of the business and you're constantly learning. So it does make you a better creator. But oh my God, does it sap your time, money, and energy and everything.
Yeah.
Look, I've only been creating for 3 months, so I literally have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about in any of this stuff, but it sounds good.
He'll know more once he watches more movies,
All right.
and then he'll really be able to speak to everything.
Mm-hmm.
The link to Vaughn's comic campaign is in the chat. Also, most importantly, Selena's here. Everybody say hi to Selena.
Everybody's
So
so
happy.
Hey. Arza, watching movies will give you different perspectives on stuff. It'll show you different types of avenues. So that's
Thank you for
actually like
repeating someone else's other joke.
well, I'm just elaborating in on it, how important it is to watch the movies. Me and Emerald had this conversation. It'll teach you so much more about life than actual life.
No, I agree, and that's why I want to watch movies. And I went through a spot where I was watching these kinds of movies a lot. I don't have time to watch movies
Occasionally.
right now.
See, we're in a period in the world now that when we were growing up, you actually had to sit in front of a TV that had a VCR or on cable and watch the movies, and they were edited for TV, or you got to watch it on HBO because you had the free subscription trial.
Do you see this?
Well,
TV?
now you can take movies anywhere you go. You could be waiting to get your teeth cleaned, and you can be watching a movie.
Yeah.
This TV is actively hooked up to a VCR. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
No,
That's not my point,
kind of
but
the-
thank
well,
you.
Emerald's got a good point. It's kind of the same thing that happened with seeing titties. That used to be like a special thing, and now you got
now
all
it's
the
just
titties in the
pretty.
world in your
It's
pocket.
yeah.
It's fucked
But
it
here's
up.
okay.
Like
Here's the
Janet
thing.
Jackson's Super Bowl thing, that was such a big deal. And now it's like, who gives a shit? I
could split a movie and watch until in like 20 parts. It takes me a while to get through, but I could do that by watching whenever I got free time. Or I could spend the same amount of time watching 20 different videos.
That's true. That is true.
There's a non-zero chance I'm getting more enjoyment from each video than I would that movie. So like
Sounds
right
like
now,
a person who's never watched movies.
Yeah.
when I was
Well, I
working
get
at the
it,
hospital, okay? When I worked at the hospital, I would spend most of my time watching movies. Like I remember watching Tombstone. But you know what? I missed a lot of Tombstone because I was working. So I need to rewatch it because I didn't really get the movie because I missed.
Well, you've got a 4-hour shift at work. You could overnight. You can watch movies.
And I could, but that's when F&T Saturday night. That's when Flashcast, Hypnocast, and what's the other Saturday? And that's when I can watch Rogue Scout.
I'm not discounting all those shows, but Tombstone, man. You could catch us later. Like we'll forgive you for watching Tombstone over any of those.
No, I do think Arza's getting something here that like part of what makes made movies or watching movies enjoyable or watching TV enjoyable for like during the era when it was still TV is kind of like gone now in the era
There was
of like,
nothing else.
streaming and video
You watched
watching.
movies or you didn't watch anything. And the other thing is now movies are so oversaturated. The amount of times that I've tried to find a movie to watch and it's like, I'm tired. This is stupid. This is bad. It's
overwhelming. It was almost better. Here's the thing. If you gone back and told like the version of me that was, I just had to watch whatever was on TBS or whatever movie they were showing that day, whatever Matthew McConaughey rom-com slop they had the rights to. And then they bleeped out all the cuss words and took out all the butt cheeks. And then they made it TV friendly. That's what I had to watch. And I didn't have a choice. Right.
All kidding aside,
Go ahead.
No, go on. I'm sorry. No, I thought you. I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I was coming. I was just going to put a point on this. Now, if you told me back then you can watch any movie you want whenever you want, I would have thought that would be a great thing. But now it's just like I'm so overwhelmed by just like
It's legitimate
I don't know.
streaming choice paralysis.
Absolutely. I feel it because when I'm home alone, I'm like, Like what you should do, and like all kidding aside, either cultivate yourself or get some people to come in with you and cultivate a list of things to watch and just start. Like, hey, guys, I want to try and clear some of this stuff off. Give me 10 things I need to watch. Let's all sit, or you and whoever sit together, come up with a list and just start. Just hit the list. It's not, I'm in the mood for this. You just grab the first one and move down the list.
Well, it's also
That is
comes
not
to
the direction I thought.
gratification. Like,
That is not the direction I think Darnell was going to go with that, being home alone and watching videos. I was like, you're home alone. You could be watching cake sitting videos.
Dude. Okay, so this is okay. This is my controversial take though. I'm thinking about going back to live TV. Like just the live Roku channel, whatever's on the Roku channel, that's what I'm watching. It could be Walker, Texas Ranger, it could be QVC, whatever it is. If it's live, I'm watching it. That's it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And the other thing that a lot of people don't think about, kids don't watch the linear TV, or not linear. What was that? What was the cable model called with the
Linear.
channels? Oh, okay, yeah. Kids don't
is
watch
linear.
linear TV anymore. So do you know how much they're missing? Like I'm part of the last generation to watch linear TV. My little sister didn't watch linear TV. It's so there's just much content that everything's being curated. My sister's watched My Little Pony a billion times. Instead, she could have been watching a million other shows in that time period.
Emerald, you remember back in the day, before we had the channel that showed what was coming up next for the next hour and a half, you had to get a TV guide.
Yep.
And that's what, like,
it's not like the modern TV guide that happened in the later 90s. It was more like a magazine. No, this was a tiny little booklet that had every listing for the full week.
You go buy it every week at the store, the supermarket, right by the checkout. And you'd look, Wednesday night is this, and you'd 9 o'clock.
Plan your viewing based off of the TV guide.
Yeah, and with Aaron Ox's comment, have you guys seen the ads that play on streaming services? The number one ad I get, what it's for, on no matter what service, no matter whose channel, even though my channel is marked as male, I only get tampon ads. It's nonstop Tampax. Why the fuck?
I don't get those. I gotta be real with you.
I don't get those either.
It appears on
Arza,
my Disney Plus, it appears on my mom's Disney Plus, it
Arza.
appears on all of them.
Arza, pal, we gotta talk, man.
Even when all I was doing was watching the Arrowverse shows on the CW app, it was all tampon ads.
Well, what's funny
that's all CW could get for advertising.
There's a lot of commercials.
Bro, you got to get your test
regional.
levels checked, bro.
He's got something here. A lot of commercials are regional. Like where I live, I won't see the same commercials you're going to see in the Northwest. I won't see the same things you're going to see in the Northeast.
Dude, don't lump me in with him. I'm not seeing tampon ads.
There's going to be national ads, then there's regional ads, and your region could be having that as like a regional ad thing.
It's just him, then. It's just him.
But the other thing is, like, there are no good ads. All the ads fucking suck. And the worst, there are no ads for kids.
Like you see, most of my ads are medication ads. With like the songs and dances. That's most of my
ads too.
Ozempic. I'm so sick of that.
Well, what's crazy is what I'm seeing a lot of are these like nonsensical ads that are clearly written by AI, and they've got no dialogue. They've just got people making really exaggerated facial expressions, because then they can run the ad in Asia too, and it's not a big deal. And so they can get the Asian market. And that's like good. I'm looking at this like they're just doing what they're supposed to do, I guess, which is drive costs as far down as possible for the advertising so that's still effective. But like it's just so inhuman. It's just I don't know. It feels like cyberpunk dystopia shit. You know what I mean?
Where
it's
are
very
the kids
Runner.
Playing with super soakers?
They don't exist anymore. Those guns don't exist anymore. Yeah. You can barely find them anywhere.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But yeah.
All
right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, let's go each person. What's your favorite style of commercial to watch? Vaughn. I'd say for a favorite like genre. Like I like medication ads. I like medication. I like food ads and stuff like that. Like what?
Trailers don't count, right?
No, trailers don't count. It's just an ad, it's a commercial.
Oh, God.
We'll come back to you, Theo.
Whatever skits,
Yeah.
like whatever ones have skits, then like Geico
Okay.
and some shit.
Cool. Arza.
Oh, easy. It's As Seen on TV. By now,
Ooh, those
kids.
are good.
It's specifically the kids one, like Floam.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
if
yes.
you order now, we'll send you the pink one for free.
Call
So
1-800.
get your mother's credit card out now.
Oh wait, I got one. The regional car ads where they're always like really shitty camera quality.
I love fridges.
It's like the guys
I
in
love
the
if he
parking lot
does.
of his fucking thing. Is like, come on down to this store. You know, like
You don't see those anymore, man. Those are great. What about you,
Yeah.
Andrew?
Nah, mine is the you need to check. Well, the thing is, it's less TV, more of YouTube and stuff like that type of ad. It's like, you need to check this video out before the government takes it down. The government doesn't want you to see these videos. Come and see this stuff now before it's taken down and this gets banned.
Yeah. Theo,
How
what's your favorite?
about-
Okay, I got you, Albie. This is perfect. Do you guys remember those GoDaddy ads that ran during the Super Bowl in like the
Oh,
early
God.
2000s?
Oh, dude,
They got the whole nation to go to their website because they implied that you might get to see Danica Patrick's tits.
Oh, that
And
I
you
don't
didn't.
remember.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't, and you should have known that you weren't going to see it. You should have known better, you know. But this
Yeah.
was in the early
So what
days.
you're
where the
telling me is
internet
there
was
needs to be a
magic.
class action lawsuit for misrepresentation of a product?
Yeah, but it got so much brand awareness, and now if you want to set up a website, GoDaddy is one of like maybe 2 or 3 companies you'd consider.
Okay,
You
I
know?
didn't consider it GoDaddy, but maybe I should have.
I got
Yeah,
another
well,
one.
they cemented their brand with that. You know,
The
it was just
better
pure
one-
sleaze, but it was brilliant. Go
The
ahead.
better one is As Seen on TV cleaning products or repair.
Oh,
products.
those are good. Those are good
Specifically,
ones,
Well,
ShamWow.
I thought you meant all
and
those when you said that. So yeah.
dude. OxyClean,
All of them, but
those were
especially-
iconic.
Oxy, ShamWow, and Flex Tape.
Flex
Mm.
tape. Oh, come on, flex tape.
I
My-
sawed a boat in half.
My favorite is genre.
Yeah, the
is
Red Green
is
Show did that with a vehicle.
Yeah, my favorite is the medication videos, because like they're almost like a story inside of a story. Like there's one, I forgot the name of it. It's a recent one. And it's like people all over this town like talk to the camera about this medication, and then they start walking in the street, and then like they're walking down, and like 2 people see them, they start walking down, and then more people. Then like there's one where like this dad's talking about this medication did this. Him and his kids working on like this muscle car. They see the people passing down the long driveway. The kid looks at his dad. The kid goes, and then the dad just fucking hands him the wrench or socket and walks off. I'm like thinking, dude, if I'm the kid, I'm calling the fucking cops. This group just walked down the street. My dad just go and join them. Just gave me this knowing smile. Like, what are they doing? Is this a cult? Are they gonna riot? There's always a story inside the story of medication commercial, and you can change the story every time you watch it, and it's like a new movie.
No. Mine about the commercials for medications, which actually I think need to be taken completely off the air. I don't like medication commercials, but listening to the listing of side effects. So this medication is designed to help treat migraines. What's one of the side effects? May cause migraines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or hey, you want to know what? You may have a small skin condition, but one of the possible side effects is death.
Absolute
My favorite thing
diarrhea.
about those ads is just how they're like, I suffer from mild to severe.
That's a big window.
Yeah.
And they all suffer from mild to they don't go and tell us which one they suffer from. It's just one of them.
Yeah.
One of them could be either. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
If you're
I
pregnant
suffer
or
from almost
plan on
death.
being
I take
pregnant,
Ozempic.
don't take.
Hate it. I hate it so much.
So how many things do you think people are taking pills for that are actually just being a person? Or
Oh, a
just
lot.
You know,
I would
as they
say
say,
about
make you most of them.
90% of the drugs people are taking, you don't need to take.
ADHD medicine, depression medicine,
I've been
anxiety
taking a lot of
medication.
ADHD medication, and I wonder sometimes if it really is.
Not
Yeah,
to
so
go
you should get off of it.
all
You
not
should
to
get
go
off.
all Kennedy on this, but I think a lot of what people are taking medications for is all based on the fact of the shitty food we're eating.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I do have to say that, like, there's some, like, some are,
You don't need
like,
to
I
pinch
do,
that iron.
I do take one for anxiety, and when I do take it, And it's not a placebo. I had no idea how this would affect me. I told the doctor, I said, look, suggest something. Don't tell me what it might make me feel like. Let me experience because I don't want to be influenced by what you're saying. I said, fair enough. I think it's weird, but fair enough. I said, you got it. So he gave me my medicine. I started taking it. My mood went like through the fucking roof. And if I don't take it, I feel horrible. I feel like I did before I started taking it. Like, and so some of the medicines, like you said, 90% are bullshit.
Yeah.
There's like a small group that actually help people.
But now to this point, there's actually a phrase for this that's being used in the psychological community.
Here we go. I'm kidding.
It's pathologizing the norm. Basically, taking normal ideas and saying that there's a symptom of something else. For instance, a little boy is rowdy in his classroom and won't sit still. Well, that has to be ADHD. No, that little boys just don't sit down very long. That's not what they do. You're pathologizing the normal behavior of hyperactivity in children. And that's something that's happening to a lot of people. And well, yeah, drugs can work for some people. In reality, most drug treatments should not be long-term treatments. They should be temporary, well, with the bonus effect of therapy, so that you learn to manage the disorder and get off the drugs as soon as possible.
He's working for big therapy. Nope. He's working for big therapy. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's just trying to build up his people already before he goes into practice.
I can't service any of you. All right, that is a
I hope
not. I'm not asking.
I wasn't asking
here.
I may not want it, but I'm pretty sure you can.
Legally, I'm not allowed. But no, it's neither. You should never be on drugs or therapy for very long. Like at most a year for most disorders.
You think so?
Yeah,
because that's interesting. Because I've been taking ADHD meds for over like 10 years. So
get off them.
So how much of this? There's this idea baked into our culture. Our culture runs on an agricultural model. And what I mean by that is that you do the same tedious task every single day and you do the shit out of it. And then eventually in the long term, you'll accrue a benefit and you'll be able to retire comfortably. We see this in our folklore too. There's the parable of the ant and the grasshopper, or maybe the tortoise and the hare. That might be a better example that's more widely known. And the hare isn't doing life wrong. He's just one of these ADHD motivated people. Or you might say a hunter rather than a farmer. He's more akin to that hunter style of like looking for the next big score and being drawn to motion. And that's a perfectly legitimate life strategy too. But in a functioning economy, the agricultural model beats it over time. But here's the thing. You got a lot of people who are giving up that life of adventure to have the stability and the security and all that stuff, but they're not getting stability and security. It's not paying off in the long run, right? So a lot of people are kind of like looking around being like, what the fuck? And a lot of ADHD people are being like forced to adopt a life model that's like very uncomfortable for them and makes them fucking miserable. And they can't really do it without being drugged.
The life model that it is a gynocentric life model.
Oh shit, we're getting spicy up in here. Say more, Arza.
The education system is based on a gynocentric model designed to empower women in education. That's why women do significantly better on all levels of education.
And male behavior is punished.
Exactly.
Men, it's time to rise up, my brothers.
Yeah, let's right. No,
you guys are on the right show.
Wakanda forever. I mean, yeah, right.
A little appropriate, that symbol.
Hold on.
But no, it's literally
down with a monarchy.
Hold on, keep this going.
Matriarchy. Destroy them. No, listen, we gotta be like, you know what? Oh my god, you know how like women will be like, we're going on a sex strike. We'll go on an everything strike. All right, we're not working in factories anymore. We're not doing the farm. Literally, so they're like, we won't do our one thing. I love how the first thing go to sex when they're like, we don't want to be treated like sex.
First of all,
we're gonna take away sex from you. But anyway, outside of that, we're gonna be like, all right, fine. We're going on factory. We're going on factory, farm. Literally every industry strike. Imagine men are like, we don't get our way. We're just gonna stop working.
But have you heard
society goes bye-bye.
Have you heard about? I think it was Sweden's Day without women. Have you heard about that?
based.
Yeah,
Yes.
Moving to Sweden right now,
bad
it's not
happened.
No,
based 'cause
listen.
So basically, all of these women were like, it was some celebration, some anniversary of some feminist. I think it was it was a anniversary of women's suffrage, and they're like, okay, well, to show you how important all of us women are, we're all going to not go to work, and we're all going to like meet in the center and march. So no woman showed up for work for one day, and nothing happened. The country didn't stall to a halt.
What work got done?
If every single man were to not go to work for one day, nothing will get done.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is about sex strikes. The women who go on sex strikes aren't hot enough to have sex with anyway.
You know what I love about this sex strike? I said this out loud to like it was my computer when I was watching, my phone when I was watching, like all these videos are like sex strike. I'm like, oh, so you're joining the male side. We've been on a sex strike forever, not because we won't do it, because we can't do it. So now you're just joining in our boat.
Well, I also love how they're like, these people want us to restrict our bodies. Well, we're gonna do it. So you just gave them what they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
They
point
want us to not have meaningless sex. Well, we're not gonna have meaningless sex.
Oh, you
Not
don't
me.
want you. I'm done sleeping with men that don't treat me like a person, that don't respect me as a
Good.
woman, don't respect
Good.
me as a human being. It's like, so those
are
were the
ones
people
that
you were having
voting
sex
your
with.
direction. Yeah, those
It's
are the
like-
ones that want the abortion, dude.
Why do you think single motherhood is on a rise?
So the men that voted for it are like,
No,
you know,
we won't get laid anymore.
that weren't fucking you were like,
Women go on a sex strike. The black community oddly impacted.
but
There's a power vacuum in sex work, guys. We have an opportunity here.
I have my.
You get it.
You know what? I got to start my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
hold
what
on.
I'm
What did
talking
I
about.
walk
It's my
into?
turn.
Hold on.
It's
I had
my
somebody at
turn
the
now.
door. What did I?
Hey, you said
What are we
y'all
talking
with it,
about?
and you left us unsupervised. Your fault.
I'm gonna start sitting on cakes.
We are.
God damn. We were talking about the incel uprising when I left. That's right on
we're
brand.
Still here. Yeah, listen,
We're now talking about how women on sex strikes are
We're
idiots
talking
because they're
about-
not hot enough to have
Well,
sex.
we're talking about we go on our strike and the society collapses.
No. What I'm saying is that women are like sex strike now, and they're like saying this to men. We're like, we're not getting laid anyway, so you're not taking anything from us, and welcome to our
The thing
side.
is, we can't. And the thing is, we can't even entertain the idea of no men going to work one day because society would actually collapse. Like we can't even do it in a joking way because like there would be serious, like genuine.
At least the daycares will still be open.
They'll be empty because the dads would just be at. Well, those that actually are family men will
be at
have
home
their
with the
kids
kids.
at home, so there's no reason to send them to work. I mean, to
That's
That's true. So even then, they wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
They're power plants, but they would power plants like suddenly your electricity would turn off. Suddenly, nuclear reactors would blow up. Like we can't even do it.
Reactors don't go out that fast.
More teachers will have OnlyFans because
Or
they
is
won't
that
have
what that?
kids.
I'm actually.
Well,
Just saying,
it's
you sound like a member of the Green Party right now.
You,
Well,
sound
no,
like
but-
you sound again like the Polar Express character. Again, you sound like
killed me.
You're just envy. This is just
you know,
envy.
you know what kind of train this is? You know,
Oh.
your reactors don't actually blow up that
I bet
fast,
you know what kind of train it was.
No, I don't. But I used to be really into trains. I love Thomas the Tank Engine. By the,
No wonder
You are
were
never
testing
beating the
process.
autism allegations. Never.
dude, I don't
Never.
want to because I embrace them.
Yes, you're you're part of the
I'm
brotherhood. I
special.
don't care what
You
the test said.
I
in
am
your
a
doctor's office,
special
I'm
guest.
inducting you.
This goes all
I
the way
was
back.
tested 5 times.
Dude, can I get all the benefits of having autism then? Or
Yeah,
just the
you're
This
part
goes
of
back
downsides?
to pathologizing the norm. Some people are just
All
obsessed
right,
with
so I'm
trains.
gonna make an excuse every time like something goes, I'll be like, it's not my fault, guys.
Right.
kind of retarded.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to our rebellion. All right. So who are the women? So we have to make the there's what is International Men's Day?
November 11th.
There is
Wow,
one.
He knew that right
There
away.
is.
Wow. All right,
Oh,
boys.
I only
so,
know because it's one
what's
of my
our
favorite
plan?
days to see what companies post. Because 2 years ago, Target legitimately posts Happy International Men's Day to all the men who celebrate the women in their lives.
Yep.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, they really don't give a shit. They're not pretending they don't give a shit. They mean it. And I think you're going to be happier once you
rise
just
up.
accept that they don't give a shit. It's going to make you
Well,
happier. Stop
'cause it's
expecting them to care.
Because it goes under that whole theory too, because it's the whole point. You have Black History Month and people are like, well, where's White History Month? And then so the response
every
was like
other day of the year.
And it's the same thing when it comes to like International Men's Day. It's the same kind of belief behind that. It's like every day is Men's Day.
Yeah.
It's so
They
crazy.
know
If
it's
you take a
not
step
bitch.
back, the relationship men have with women is so goddamn abusive. Men provide basically everything for women and then sit there and listen to them to complain about how we abuse them instead. It's like, yes, you're so oppressed that you live in a house and not in a jungle filled with tigers.
Yeah.
It's so sad that I provide all this stuff for you so you can complain. It's so sad that you don't have to risk your
Also, how
life to
about
make
the
money
fact-
every day.
How about the fact that women are like, why are there no women in office? You've had the right to vote for 100 years. You're 50%
Vote
of the
'em in.
population. You vote them
Guess
in.
what? Women oppose abortion on a significantly higher level than men oppose abortion.
What? Oh, that makes sense actually, because they want.
Yeah, it's called not wanting to pay child support.
Well,
Men don't care.
Men want to nut in women without consequences, and they're
No,
like, "Yes,
literally.
queen, we're standing with you." No, you just wanted to nut in her. Shut the fuck up.
Literally, I think it's like only a third
Go
of men
you.
oppose abortion, but like, let me see. I can find a graph. There's some that more women vote against abortion rights than men do.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Actually, the only women who really get into office are women men like. That's why the only female prime ministers in England have been on the Conservative Party. It's like your famous female prime ministers like Margaret Thatcher.
Do you think cup size plays a role in how women get elected?
100%. Yeah, appearance
think so,
definitely
too.
makes a difference.
Well, that's not entirely true, Theo.
Well, it's in the men. Like, I mean, dude, if a man is taller, yeah.
Yo,
they're
she's
like,
ugly as shit,
JFK
but she got some big titties. I'm voting for her.
JFK was like a popular with the women. You know, if a guy, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. If being attractive in general plays a role, you know, like what if there's the guy, like who are you gonna vote for? Okay, there's two guys that walk into a stage: the guy who's like morbidly obese but has really good ideas, or the guy who looks like a rock star. And
Well,
Trump's
it goes
winner.
back to the loss of Nixon versus Kennedy back in that time, is because
Yeah.
it was the first time they held a presidential debate on TV.
Oh yeah, it's
So
close.
Kennedy was on there, and
It's
he
on
looked
Netflix.
young, professional, and he looked handsome. That worked. And then you had Nixon, who's a little more disheveled and a little sweaty and stuff. And it's like, no, that's because women voted what
Oh my
got them wet
God.
between the legs, and so they voted
Okay.
for Kennedy.
Also,
You know what
women,
actual-
no more rights for women because they're thirsting for a guy who just like killed. I made this post, by the way. I want to point out, I posted this on Instagram. Women were real quiet. Every time I do like these call out posts on like women for being dumb, they're always real quiet. So like one of them was I posted a lot of the women that are disgusted by how girls can be like girls were obsessed with Ted Bundy, right? Girls like, how could women have liked Ted Bundy? You bitches are sipping for Luigi. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Basically, I was like, a lot of the same women that are disgusted that that men
I can
that women
fix
thirsted-
him.
you got a lot of the same women that thirsted for Ted Bundy would be sipping for Luigi, and like no woman, there was like 2 women that responded to the post, but all of them saw it, and they're like, he just doesn't get it. No, I get it very well. First
You
of all,
don't get it.
I
like,
live in the world of
they're all
delusion
like-
that these
well,
20-year-old
he's
women
really
do.
smart. He's really smart. Whatever. Okay, if he was 400 pounds and didn't have that shirtless picture that went viral, you would be like, "Fuck this guy! What a piece of shit!" But because he had abs, that is the only reason. And they'll be
Okay.
like, it's the same reason for the record. Guys do the same thing. How many of us, when we first discovered tits, were like, "That girl's really smart. She's got a great personality." How many of us would justify that? I'm not saying men are above it. Men do it too. The difference is,
We don't let it
Off-
control our lives, though.
Yeah, but
All
look how
right,
many
no,
people
I-
are just
that
sitting
is
there
not
and
true.
letting.
No,
Hey, you
I
wanna
think
know
the
what?
difference
there are
again.
men that will get on their hands and knees for the low puss. All right, let's be honest.
That's true.
But
I just
the
want to say,
look
look
what's happening.
The
The
difference is men will be like, men are perverts. Men are just honest. Yeah, that girl has great tits. That's why I like her. Women be like, well, he's got a doctorate. No, you just no.
And this is where the failure.
Why
This
you
is
think
where
Matt Rife is popular.
this.
Women are more intellectual than they like. They what? No,
They're not. Have you seen the literature they're making?
I know.
Then you have the outliers like AOC.
You know, yeah.
What?
Milkers.
Terrible. Well, here's the thing. That's
how Nancy Pelosi has stayed in office for so long. She's got the huge jugs.
Like, I know someone who legitimately voted for Kamala.
She has,
and I quote, "She's pretty." I had a friend who voted for Kamala. A female friend who voted for Kamala.
D-cup. Oh boy. She might have some good policies now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, not to throw a YouTuber under the bus because she's not here and she can't defend herself, but it's X-Ray Girl. She admitted the reason she voted for Trudeau is because he was handsome.
She's Canadian.
She admitted it.
Yes. And it's so funny because all the things they said were going to happen when they were talking for reasons to not do women's suffrage have completely and totally happened. That women are going to vote based on their emotions. They're going to vote for candidates that are handsome. I don't think that even the most cynical people predicted that women would essentially unionize and vote on the single issue of being able to murder their unborn children so that they could have more casual sex. I don't think anybody was that cynical about female nature.
Like that too. It's like,
but
I just want to point out.
I remember I had an argument with a woman, and I was like, I just don't, because I used to be more pro-choice. I don't try to get into too much, but I was basically like, I don't really feel that anymore. This one girl, I won't say who it is, was like, then get a vasectomy. I was like, no, I'd rather just not have meaningless sex. Meaningless sex. And then they looked at me like, and I was like,
right. That's so true. Because I run into this somewhat frequently. People find the idea of avoiding casual sex to be just like, it's like you're speaking Chinese. They have no idea what you're talking about. It's like, oh, well,
it's so bad. For a while, I identified, because I have no interest in casual sex either. I'd identify as asexual, so people would get off my ass about it.
Oh, I'm sure they were just throwing themselves at you, dude. Come on.
No, but it's like, either I identify as asexual or I'm an incel. Either it's that I don't want sex because I'm asexual, or I don't want sex because I can't get it. Those are the only two things that these people can conceptualize. They cannot think of a world where a man's place doesn't want to have pointless sex.
Like,
and look, I'm sure everyone has had sex or hooked up with someone that you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's like our culture almost forces us to settle. I remember I used to be against hookup culture, and then eventually I would hook up girls whatever, because I'm like, I guess if other people are doing it, and then I thought, well, is this making me happy? What am I getting out of this? And it's like, that's kind of what we get. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this encapsulates it all, and it is 100% true.
Women, we have spent decades fighting for our right to vote. So when you go to those booths and cast your ballot, remember, Warren G. Harding is way the cutest.
Yeah. Remember, the next time they talk about how important it is that women get an equal say in society, remember Kamala is brat. Remember that.
What?
That was the worst campaign move ever.
Yeah. By the way, this shouldn't be controversial to say, but if you say it in public, you are taking your life and career into your own hands.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, but the thing is, most of the time, again, it goes back to that Chad meme I mentioned yesterday, where it's like, well, men are stupid and will often go with women just because they're hot. Yes.
Okay,
we're open about it though.
But there's a difference. Men will pump and dump, and they know when not to come back.
But it's also men will be like, they'll be like, wow, you like that actress just because she's hot? Yep.
Yes. Why do you think I like Sweeney?
No. I like the guy who murdered that CEO. Who cares that he's mentally ill?
No.
He's a doctor.
You're making a cognitive error here. Okay. And I'm going to help you out. This is going to make you a lot happier. Men have accountability. Women do not. That's a bargain we made in a long time ago in Western culture because it was going to help us survive better. It's just the way it is. You got to stop expecting women to be emotionally mature. Past the age of 14, they don't really grow up. And as soon as you accept that, you are going to be happier. I'm telling you, dude, I've talked to women in their 50s. I've talked to hundreds of women since I've been doing stand-up comedy. I talk to them after the shows. I ask them questions about how they see the world, why they think they're still single. Doesn't matter if they're 21 years old or 61 years old. They give me the same answers. They don't grow. They don't self-reflect. It's not going to happen. You just need to accept it, man.
Man, we've been through a lot today. All right, so what is the incel revolution? I'm kidding. We're not going to do anything.
I'm saying you just accept how things are. They don't care about you. They don't care about your suffering. They don't want to hear you complain. They don't want you around unless you're tired. Like if you're at the house and not working, she's going to get pissed off and like unhorny. But if you are like gone for 2 months and you come back tired with money, then she's going to be happy. Yeah, and she can't help it. That's the other thing too.
Women
like,
also they can't just
asking women to be more sensitive to men's problems, and they actually don't have that gear. They don't have the ability to care about your problems. So you're asking them to do something they can't do. It's like them asking us to clean the counter the right way. It's never going to happen.
It's like, exactly. That's a good point. Like people understand, like, and there are things that women are, better. They're better at organizing, I would say.
Yes.
A lot of ways. They're better.
Yes.
There are things that, and you're right. That's a great comparison. There's shit my mom would be like, why don't you just, it's a simple task that I'm like, I must just be retarded, where it's like, I can't clean the counter the right. I can't put the dishes the right way. It's just because men are just like,
and correct me if I'm wrong here. You're not saying organizing is a lesser skill.
No, it's not.
It's equally as important as other. Exactly.
That women are better at.
Organization is a good foundation for like being happy everywhere else.
Men need all of these skills because women have the most important skills. So men need all these other skills to compensate.
Arza, I'm gonna have to, women. Wait, sorry, what?
The most important skill is childbirth and rearing. So that's why men need to have every other skill, is so we can be even remotely comparable to that of a woman. Let's be entirely honest. Women are more important. That's why men die in wars.
Yep. That's true. We're more disposable.
But here's the thing. Now we have a society of women who have been just discouraged from having children. And so now they're getting all the benefits that society confers on women without fulfilling any of their social responsibilities. And so that's making a bunch of like puffed up, narcissistic single women who kind of like vote as a herd out of fear that their ability to have casual sex and get naked on the internet might get taken away. And that's horrible. I think we agree on that. But that's what I'm saying is we just have to accept it. That's just, it is what it is. They're doing the best they can. There are no tools they have that they are not using, right? They're doing the best they can. And we just have to accept it, I guess. Just don't take it personally, I guess. I think that's where a lot of young men get wrapped around the axle. Is you're like, what the fuck did I ever do to you? And it's like, it's not you. You're dealing with an emotional toddler. That's why. That's the problem. It's not your fault. There's nothing you can
We do not hate women here. This sounds very bad on the surface.
No, it doesn't sound bad because I'm not angry at women anymore. I've accepted where they're at. And so I can deal with them without getting frustrated. I get yelled at by feminists at least once a month. And I get confronted at a parking lot and just accosted and they scream vile bullshit at me. And I never lose my cool because I know it's not about me. She's not mad at me. She's mad at her dad.
Wait, this is women who just see you and do this?
Using me as an avatar.
This is women that just see you and do this?
Yeah. What?
You may want to move to a different place because that's fucking psychotic behavior.
It's just doing stand-up comedy as a man in public means that you're going to get screamed at by a woman, and if you respond at all, you are going to reap consequences. So I have to just be completely stoic and maintain perfect composure and not raise my voice at all. And most of the time, I don't even engage anymore. I just walk away. My new rule is if I'm not on a podcast being paid, I'm not arguing with feminists anymore because it's
wait. what's the consequences you're gonna reap? They won't sleep with you. You're not sleeping with them in the first place. So you
No,
won't
here's
lose
the thing.
anything
They
by arguing with
definitely
them.
will sleep with me. That has not
If
been
you
the
argue
issue.
with them, if you
Feminists
argue
love
with
it
them.
for the conservative
Yeah,
men.
I will say the more confrontational the woman, the more likely it is that she's just horny. That is how feminists flirt. So that's not like
Killed
honestly, here's the thing. Sometimes women are upset and sometimes they're just hungry or horny, and you got to kind of have an eyeball. You can't tell which it is. So you just have to like anytime a woman is arguing with me, I always ask if she wants a taco, and
It's a
always
learned
flirt
skill.
with her. Because I want to
It's a learned
see
skill to
which
tell.
thing it is, just in case. I
Do you
never
want a
take a woman's
sausage or do you want
emotions
my
seriously unless I know she's eaten recently. That's important. That's a good life skill.
Yeah, Arza got it. Arza got it. You want that sausage or my sausage? Which one you want?
You're right.
No, but
right.
it's look. At the end of the day, and there's a lot of ways, obviously, like because we joke around, but there's even like men will know. There's ways we're stupid and immature. Like we'll be laughing at the same stupid jokes.
Oh, for sure.
When I'm
Oh, for
in
sure.
one of my 70s, I'll still be like laughing at the same stupid jokes.
Remember,
I'll still
men
be spotting a stick in the woods and going, "Dude, that looks like a gun." Like I'll still be doing
Men
shit
do
like
not
that.
grow up either. We just get more expensive toys.
Yes. Like
See, the thing
I
is,
can
a
see
man-
this. I can see in 5 years we'll still be joking about you fucking destroying cars for people who buy
5
your
years.
book.
That'll be going for like 20 years.
I'm just saying, like, and then you, even though you start
I could
watching
watch-
movies,
I could
in
watch
5
any
to
movie. I
10
could
years,
watch every single movie ever made, and you'll
we're
still
still
make fun
gonna
of me
find
for
it
not
funny
watching
that
movies.
you don't watch movies. It's
It will never be good enough.
I
Right.
could become the
It's
world's
still
best
funny.
film critic, and you guys would still attack me
Yeah,
for
but
not
you
watching
won't
movies.
though. But you won't.
because
Oh,
we'll
yeah, no, I
remember where you
won't,
came
but-
from and remember all the shit we gave you, and it would be funny to keep bringing
Because
that
here's
up.
the thing. Here's what I see it as. Men learn to mature while maintaining that childishness. You know, find me a man who doesn't still play make believe, and you found me a zombie, not a real man.
Oh
Women,
God, yeah. We
from my
stopped because
experience,
it's not
women don't
socially
really
acceptable.
grow up until they have kids.
This
I
is
run
based
around the
in
town
true.
dressed up as Green Arrow. I
Arza
pretend.
based in true, but also Professor Savage Dad based in true.
Okay.
Because it's like the thing that makes you grow up is the learning responsibility.
Right. Very true.
And not all women, obviously, because I think my sister can hear me, so I got to be careful. But most women do not learn responsibility until they have a kid.
Why do you have to be careful? What?
Right,
What?
because-
What?
Would she
What
be careful
societal
talking
law
about
says
men?
you have to be careful? She can't hear you.
Because my sister will scream at me if she disagrees with what I
Boom!
say.
Right there.
and-
That's
hold
what
on.
I'm fucking talking about.
Hold on. And so what? So what? I don't mean like just like pointing at your sister specifically, but so what?
No, Darnell is actually making a great point. Like
This
we
is a
have
great
this
point. This is a
unofficial
great
rule in
point.
our culture that if a woman is going to experience momentary emotional discomfort, we have to stop absolutely
Actually, no.
everything until we can
No,
fix
Theo,
it.
it's not that I don't want my sister to experience momentary emotional comfort. It's that I don't want to hear it.
Right.
Men
Okay.
want peace and quiet. I do not
That's
want
true.
to hear any angry feminist screaming at me.
That's all. Yeah, you saw it. That's all.
At least I finally am the target of the young joke. But come on, that's what Vaughn's for.
Arza, you're going to be 60 and we're still going to be making fun of you as the kid. I mean, it's just that's how we are. That's how
Exactly.
men are. What you find funny will be funny in 40 years.
Dude, it's the same shit. Like we're gonna be making like you could have be the most intellectual guy in the world, and you're still gonna be laughing at dick jokes.
Exactly.
He's got so Professor Savage Dad, what he's implicitly asking for is he's like, because then what he wants me to say is I do have pubic hair, and he'll be like, prove it. So he wants a dick pic is basically what he's asking for, and you're not getting one. I'm not proving it to you.
And
Fuck you.
Wait, back his book and he might send you one.
Yeah, there's the dick pic tier. It's gonna be for $2,000. Here's the thing. It's gonna be the most expensive dick pic of all time if I send a dick pic. All right.
That's also another W.
Okay, here. I will tell. All right. There was one point in time where to aid both the discussion of women yelling at men for things that don't matter and also women being unreasonably anti-male for no reason.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where my sister in the car, without any acknowledgement as to what she was saying or who she was talking about, because it was just me, her, and my mom, says that men like anime characters with big eyes because all men are pedophiles.
I've
Hey,
heard
dude,
that argument.
This is why it's like, okay, well, this is why women shouldn't be allowed to vote. Honestly.
And I'm looking like, hold up, no, that's not true. And then she literally could not conceive of the fact that she just called me a PDF file.
Yeah.
It's also
And now,
on top of that.
she denies ever saying it. She doesn't remember saying it.
Oh, that's always
Right. Right, because you're seeking accountability. Can't do that. That's the problem. You're trying to make the world fair, and it's not. This is what I mean. Getting to Vaughn's point. Here's the thing. I'm actually okay with women doing wild shit like that. I'm okay with the fact that they're super easy to propagandize. I'm okay with the fact that
didn't
Target,
say that.
like, listen, Target exists because listen, I'm building up to something. Target exists because to separate white women from their money, and it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. It just takes advantage of the hunter-gatherer instinct. They just wander in there and they black out, and they come out with $200 worth of useless tchotchke. It's a scam,
And I'm okay
right?
with that.
I'm
Just
okay
as long
with
as
that.
she lets me do my things too.
No,
Yeah,
that's
like,
the thing.
I spend $200 on dumb shit all the time. Like, why did I buy all these comics I'm not going to read for like years?
That's well.
Vaughn,
Look at our
Or
stuff.
why do you collect movies that you haven't seen and don't watch?
Because I'm going to watch them.
One, saying stuff
then
like
look
that's
it
not
up
smart because it's making people wonder why would they back your comic if they're not going to read it anyway. So you may want to,
like I was saying,
No, because they will read it because they'll be like, I really want Vaughn's book. No, go ahead, back my book because I know you'll want to read it.
Here, you want to piss everyone off? I'll send you the list of DVDs I have. It's on.
And
my
also,
bookshelf.
you can get it because it's because right now you'll be able to get those covers for a lower price and they're limited edition. So there's all the reason in the world to get them, even if you sit on it. So actually, it's a great investment.
No, don't sit on books, please.
only sit on
don't.
cakes.
But either way, you should buy it, guys. Give me money.
But no, like I was saying though, I have no issue with any problems with any of the idiosyncrasies of women, so long as they leave mine alone.
Yeah, like we're stupid as hell too, but at least we're like, yeah.
And I want them to be a complete dumbass.
You know, yeah.
Look, there's a
We know.
reason why Shrek was popular. It's because men like fart jokes.
Like, all right, let me give you an example. Again, going back to this Luigi motherfucker, right? I was arguing with my friends because this really was like a nexus point for me, this whole thing. Like, you know how there's all those jokes, memes of like, there's that hot chick that's clearly mentally ill with a mugshot, and baby like, I can fix her. But it's the joke is we're so retarded that we'll try and hit even when we have all the red flags. But these women will be like, Luigi really shows all the systems the problems in our system. Really, he's just a victim. He has all these back problems. It's a really complicated sociopolitical issue. He has abs. That's it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, well, it's a commentary of the healthcare system and society and everything. If he was this fat piece of shit, you would throw him to the wolves in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You liked him because he was cute, and you can't accept that you have bad taste in men. Men will go for the worst woman in the world because she has a nice rack. But at least they'll be honest about it. These women will be like, there's systematic problems that we have to address. And Luigi, thank you for Luigi just is a psycho. And I did the same thing. I was like, and they're like, well, he's different than Ted Bundy. I'm like, because he's smart and whatever. I'm like,
Okay,
he was in like Harvard.
And here's
He was smarter than Luigi.
Like Vaughn,
you
here's what
guys
makes
hear-
this point really poignant is the men who are on mugshot shotties or whatever leaving thirst comments, right? Those men would also have sex with an average woman, right? They would also date or have sex with a normal average
it's an
woman.
Intellectual thing. They don't pretend. They're like, I know it's retarded to bang this.
Did you guys
No, well, here's the
but I
thing.
will
A
do
lot
it
of these
anyway.
women that are thirsting over Luigi are also saying that average guys on their level are not good enough for them. So they're actually accepting that guy and rejecting normal guys.
Here's the point to that.
I
Did
think
you guys
that's
hear about
validity.
Not only that, but they're trying to convince us, not
Yes.
just themselves, but us, that sleeping with this fucking killer is actually a good choice. And
Like, they
fuck
have
you for saying
intellectual
differently.
Well-
Like, I have no intellectual reason. Like, if there's a hot chick in a mugshot, I have no, like, we'll be like, they'll be like, this is retarded. Why would you go for this girl? I know.
She seems fun. That's it.
That's it.
But no, okay, Cupid actually like ran like did a study on how women rate men's
Oh,
attractiveness.
Yep.
if you guys remember, this is insane. Literally, so they basically set a bunch of men down and had them rate all the women. Okay, here's like 80 women. Rate them from a scale of above average, average, or under average. And men rated approximately 50% above, 50% below average. They then asked women to do the exact same thing with the exact same sample size. And the women rated 80% of men as below average.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But here's
They
the thing.
only rated 20% above.
Here's the thing. Part of that is that you're asking women's attraction mechanism doesn't run off physical in the same way that men's does. Women are actually attracted to a wide variety of things, and so there's a lot of ways that men can boost their attractiveness.
I mean,
So,
really? Are they?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes, they are. But
man with money is more attractive than
here's the
a
thing.
guy
Here's the
without.
thing. Here's the thing. If we were still meeting people in person, it's the apps that's incentivizing the shallowness because you're selecting for things that you can detect, in a quick swipe.
I don't think so, Theo. Emerald can back me up on this. Back in the before the internet days, it was the exact same way, dude. Meeting in person.
Wow.
If you walk through a mall, okay, you're a girl walking through a mall. The mall was basically Tinder. Like you're walking down, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It was the same thing. You just did it in person. People were always like this.
But in person, you have the opportunity to make an impression. To say something, be funny, be charming, be witty.
No. But the thing about it is that the thing is that in nature, in real life.
Yeah,
out there in person's a little bit different situation because I have had some female friends that were very attractive that no guys ever talked to them because they all think she's either already taken or she's too attractive and way above my level.
Yep.
So they never engage, and these women never get talked to, never get engaged with, where it's the ones that would be considered more less attractive or the ones that we're getting talked to actually engaging a lot more with. So it's a little bit different now because it's a hot picture of a chick, all the guys are flocking to, but guys are also talking to the ones that are a little less attractive. But when it comes to the women, they're only talking to the ones that they do have no chance with, and that are getting all the primary amount of engagement.
And I can tell you why. Because if you do it on an app, you have no consequence if she shoots you down.
Right.
If she doesn't respond to you, no one's going to know unless she or you screenshot and post it. In person, if I talk to this chick who's I think out of my league, and she says no, I'm now embarrassed in front of everybody I'm with, everybody watching, everybody she's with.
Group, she's in your work group.
That's why you invite her to the copy room to make some copies.
Okay, we have our first Luigi simp in the chat.
Oh my fucking god!
It's not just the abs. Here's all the other reasons Gray wants to have sex with Luigi in addition to his abs.
Yeah, I'm sure the girl really cares about making his own gun. That woman who's never been to a gun range, I'm sure they're really.
All right.
So a little experiment. I know we don't have many women in the chat.
So again, if he was fat and he did all those things.
Take an experiment. You got Vaughn, Theo, Emerald, myself, and Arza. We all commit the same crime. We all shoot the same dude, same situation, same reasons. Who's going to get forgiven? This guy and that guy. He will serve life in prison. He will serve life in prison. I will serve life in prison.
Yeah, I'll do a whole pity story. Listen, guys.
We're fat. We're fat. Unattractive. You guys have cheekbones. You guys have definition. We are all just a blob, and we're sloppy blobs. We have the same reasons, same background, same exact scenario. You just said, okay.
But I can fucking dance.
I can fix him.
Okay,
you two will get forgiven. You have the more acceptable physical appearance.
Yeah.
Give the same scenario and just change the picture out each time. You two will get more leniency because you fit the women. Women will go for that high standard.
Sure.
Whereas men will be like, she killed the guy.
Okay, so I agree with you.
She's cool. She's not.
Ready?
Obviously, I agree with you. Like I've seen my Instagram DMs, so I know you're onto something, right? I get it. But also, here's the thing: there's being appealing to women and being appealing to a woman of quality that's going to hold you down going through difficult situations.
But you got to get to that person.
Actually, being appealing to women actually hurts you a little bit in terms of being able to get one individual, because every woman of quality that I talk to assumes that I'm a fuck boy and I have a roster and they don't want anything to do with me. It's like I have the
I've
pick
gotten
of
that
the litter
line
when
at
it comes to
bars, too.
whores.
When I was
don't want whores.
skinnier and more like muscle defined, I used to get that all the time too.
Well, I
totally
get that
believe all
too.
of
You know what I noticed? Or this is another thing I noticed women do with projection is I can't tell you how many times girls have been at bars, adding to your point, and they've been like, and it's wild. They've been like, oh, I bet you said, like, I'll be like, oh, I want to take you on a date or something. I don't want this just be a hookup. And they're like, yeah, sure. You're just saying that. No, I'm serious. Let's get your number. Let's do it. Oh, no, you're just going to ghost me. And guess who does the ghosting? Her, every time. Yeah. Every time. It's never like they'll be like, you're the one that's going to do this. And then she ends up doing it. Like,
but Theo, I just sent you a literal description of the embodiment of everything we've been discussing.
Awesome. All right, hold on. Real quick. I want to say something. I went to a private browser and I'm looking up hottest serial killers. Guarantee it's going to all be men, which proves a point that men would never make a fucking hottest serial killers list of women because they're not insane.
There aren't that many female serial killers.
So, well, no. There's a lot. You just don't hear about them.
Well, because they're not motivated enough.
I can tell you, I one of my classes in the academy was stuff like that, and it was the whole like philosophy and psychology behind it. There's a lot of them. They're not even, but they're close. You just won't hear about them women.
Oh, Martha Stewart is number one.
To paint a man as that would be more socially acceptable than to paint a woman as a serial killer. But Iron, you said I forgot old. No, I should have said old. But if we were all the same, put us all the same age, but looking like we do, our like chubbiness and our not as attractiveness, same exact text. These two would get leniency over us. Same scenario, same reason, same crime.
You know what actually irritates me a lot is so I was one of those guys that had like a second puberty at 30 where I became attractive. Like I wasn't this way the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. So
I don't have to worry about that.
When I finally started,
Vaughn, you're just going downhill from here, dude. You peaked. You're going downhill now.
I really hope that every single one of you twink built people. I cannot wait for when your metabolism.
What does twink build mean? Mean attractive?
No, it means skinny and hairless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hold on. I don't need hair.
And that's going to catch up to you.
Oh, I got hair right here, buddy.
Everyone's got this.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen this, yes.
Oh, you already said this? Yeah, I love it.
You're missing half of it.
Yeah, the other half is a hot dude.
It's some Von Coleman looking guy saying it, and it goes fine.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's right.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, is that Rose Tico?
You see that?
What the heck happened? That it froze up.
Based iron oxide in the chat, the Manson girls consider hot, but I think hippies are gross.
No, he's right though. Like when it came down, like people were like,
"You guys seen the mid pussy pride flag?"
No.
The what?
The mid pussy pride flag. It's like the hippie thing that hangs on like chicks' walls.
There we go. Here we go.
But yeah, like when their mugshots came out in the 70s and stuff, people were like, "Oh, they're so hot."
Yeah.
Yeah, but did they explain that there was an intellectual reason for it, like they did with fucking Luigi? We're like, yeah, well, you see, he really exposing society and stuff. They were just like, she's hot. That's
like,
it.
Also, in the trials for that, I want to say I remember that the defense was arguing that they were coerced into it by Manson because he mentally convinced he mentally manipulated.
Oh, again, women not taking
it's not their fault. Not their fault.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you got to stop expecting it. You'll be happier. You'll be happier when you just expect them to like dodge accountability at every turn. And then when one is like honest with you and apologizes, you'll be like, oh my God, you'll be so surprised. You'll know that's a woman of quality immediately.
I've been engaged 3 times and I've ended every single relationship because I couldn't trust them. I saw a disgusting future that was going to move for myself going forward. So I backed out of it. So I am always looking for the future former fiance.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We use your former fiance.
He collects ex-fiancés. I collect ex-wives. You collect ex-girlfriends.
See, I don't get to that point of the bad decision of actually going down with it and then getting married. So So luckily, I don't have any of that potential support that's got to be paid out. Don't have any kids, so I don't have any children to take care of. It's great. I've stopped it every single time. Now, granted, doesn't mean that there isn't an ex back from when I was 19 that may possibly have a kid that may all of a sudden I have a knock at the door going, hey, I'm your child. But I'm just saying that currently, to my knowledge.
Dude, we gotta do like a fucking dating show.
Look,
yes.
Because here's the thing, I don't plan on actually finding anyone through this, but I think it would be so entertaining.
Oh, it would be so much fun.
I would host that.
Dude, we should do it. I'm not even kidding. This would be so funny.
Some of my best relationships.
It's going to be. The thing is, we have to, because I feel like if I'm genuine on there, because I don't actually expect anything from this, but I think it would be so entertaining. So I think I gotta dial it up as a bit. I gotta fucking.
No,
I don't know.
No, you don't.
What do you mean?
I promise
but
you don't.
I can't be like genuinely looking for someone. That's not funny. It's got to be funny.
No, it would be funny if you genuinely. It would be funny if you
were genuinely looking for someone and you got fucking destroyed. That'd be hilarious.
But honestly. That's not for me.
That'd be great content for me. It'd be great for my channel.
Even if you genuinely found somebody. Even if you genuinely found somebody, all the shit we've said about how fickle and what's the other word we're looking for about women. You finding someone that way would be hilarious. You genuinely look, my best relationships all came from unconventional. My wife, my current wife, we met on Tinder. Amazing woman.
Vaughn, okay, if you can go on a dating app and find 3 women who want to compete for you on a live stream, we will do this.
That would be great.
If you can find the women, we'll do it. I'll host it. I'll moderate. We'll have you pick them, and we'll have them turn the cameras off so you can only hear their voice. You can't see their appearance. So we'll do it Love is Blind style.
That's and one of them's gonna be fat. That's a dating game.
Fat girl.
Fuck you, man. I'm
not. That's a dating. If you ever get a chance, go on YouTube, look up the old the dating game. That's what it was.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing did you guys ever watch Love or Host? It used to be called The Bachelor. That shit was fucking hysterical. They'd have a guy come up and it'd be like 10 chicks competing with them. But the thing is, the twist was you had the option of like
changing your mind.
Of the option of really being there just to get like clout, basically. And it was like it was basically the guy would have to narrow down, or opposite, the girls would have to narrow it down.
Sure,
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. You'd have to make a fun show out of it. Though.
No, I would.
I got to build up my online presence a bit.
No,
keep the bit running.
Yeah, no, this is 100% in line with my comedy brand. So I'm dead serious. If you could find 3 of these harpies to compete,
had you heard about the dating game episode that the chick almost went on a date with a serial killer?
Yes.
Vaughn, dead serious. She picked a dude, like she went on a date with, or either went on a date, or she was like, he was on the show, and they found out later he was a serial killer, and she almost picked him.
That's hysterical. That's amazing.
The whole Luigi thing, like he was manipulative, he was suave, he was smooth, and she almost picked him, and like that was the fucking most psycho out of all 3 of them.
But fuck, what was I saying? I just forgot. Never mind.
Anyway, all right.
That's us made a few comments that are good. First, asking for the case crazy hot scale, but there's another thing from How I Met Your Mother that is actually exactly what you're talking about. Do any of you remember the Dahmer-Dobler theory?
Yeah.
Dahmer-Dobler theory from How I Met Your Mother was that
it's all Jeffrey Dahmer, Lloyd Dobler.
We got to do installments though. We got to have one for like me, one for who else needs one. We'll find good chicks in this space. We'll do reverse ones too, like chicks that need them.
All right, and I'm gonna make myself sound
MSK, dude. MSK.
Hey, wait. I'm the taken one. I'll be the fucking host, and you guys will be the contestants with the chicks.
Now I'm gonna make stuff horrible though. Everyone, I appreciate your hope, Darnell, implying that I am frequently in relationships. I am not.
I'm not either.
That you need one. That you need one. Not your
Earlier, you made the implication that I date. That is not true. I have yet to meet a single woman around me who is worth dating.
Same
Fair
with
enough.
me, dude.
Yep.
Same with me.
That's
I
how
was
we'll
on
go
a date one
online.
time at college, and this one. Well, there was a few, but the one that I think
One
was
time at band
funnier.
camp.
This one time I was at
I
college,
own that
Oh,
movie.
leaked video.
and man, it was like this one girl mentioned she's bisexual. So the joke would go, "Oh, you like women? Guess we got something in common." She goes, "It's not funny." And I was like, "I thought it was
It's a little funny.
I was
That's
like,
really
"It's-
funny.
Oh, found this leaked video.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We see now President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden being escorted to their seats.
I think I shared this in a group in a Rogues chat.
Yeah.
There seems to be some kind of tension between Jill Biden and Kamala Harris. Oh my God, Jill Biden and Kamala Harris just started fighting.
Oh.
Crazy.
I watched the video
I
so
can
much I knew
fix
the
her.
timing when it would
I
start.
can fix her.
The worst thing is,
Which
my
one?
mom wants me to be in a relationship so bad. She
Either.
keeps sending me things about dating events.
Dude, my mom used to.
I think
My
my
mom
mom
used
was
to go to
kind
the
of like,
store
my
and see
mom's kinda
chicks and
like-
try and
yeah.
sell me to women because she wanted me to be in a relationship so bad.
I listen. I have it. I when I was in college, because the girls I went to college with were very woke, really for the most part. But
You
I
don't
don't
say.
So I was like,
Yeah, imagine how
there were a
discriminatory.
few options, but it was mostly I don't know. Also, I don't leave the house enough. That's probably a factor. And I don't use dating apps because I get bored of them. Honestly, there's only so many times I could hear about how much you fucking love The Office before I get bored.
Oh, then boo hoo, he gets bored with. I get bored with him because I get no responses. I get no matches. That was my problem.
Yeah, well,
Oh my god, wait. Have you guys seen that video of this one? It's like her third day. I need to find this. This is perfect. There's this woman who basically her friend was complaining that he can't get any matches. So
Oh,
Yeah.
is when she made a fake profile?
Dude,
yeah.
I was in an Uber one time. While Arza's finding this, I'll tell the story. When I was in an Uber one time, and my Uber driver was a lady, and she tried to sell me on her 19-year-old daughter, which is a little young for me.
I could do it.
And
Oh, yeah, 'cause you're
her
young.
sales pitch was my daughter's so great. When she's wrong, she admits it and apologizes and tries to do better next time. That was
All right,
her
I'm on.
argument.
I'm on board. No,
Yeah,
you
I
know
almost
what,
went
Miller?
for
Nope. You want to know what? That's like used car salesman tactics right there. That's bullshit.
Right.
That's trying to. No. She's trying
There's
to
no
just.
way that's true.
She's
right?
just trying
Like,
to get
that's a
her
lie.
daughter out of the fucking house. Please take her off my fucking hands. I'll tell you
Yes.
whatever it takes.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
can
get
I
you
get
in
a
this
money
chick.
back guarantee if that's not true? If that's the case, a boy on a dating app is a rough experience, bro. That's why I stopped doing
I've
it.
seen this. Yeah,
This is the epitome of what it's like.
yeah, I've
Some of
seen
my
this.
guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with.
Should we consider about this music?
I don't think we can. I think
Dating
All
apps.
right, don't worry about it.
And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong.
women are so naive.
Account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days, and I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser.
Wow, laying it on thick. Holy shit! I feel like not even just I feel bad for men. I feel like a loser. Holy
She actually
shit.
can't feel bad for men. She can
Oh,
only
yeah,
feel
right,
bad
right.
herself.
That's true.
Yep.
And the best part about this is how she continues and she's like, he's like a 6. If
All
I'm
right,
being
so I
entirely
opened a
honest.
dating app for the first time in like a month because I get bored. Well, because I also when it's like opening lines, I prefer to talk to people in person because then it's like normally just go, "What's up?" 'Cause I
Wait,
don't know
hold
what the
on,
fuck else
Theo.
to say. Like,
I don't think she was feeling bad about herself, like she couldn't because make it about herself. I think she was realizing how it is for men, how it makes us feel.
That's very sweet,
when-
Darnell.
I
That's
know.
very sweet.
I watched this video
I
a few
don't think
times.
she can.
I like the body language and her just. I've watched it a few times. Like I'm getting out of this that she is realizing how bad it is for us.
Maybe.
If she continues going to say, here, I can just continue.
let's
watch
keep
it.
it going. Let's keep it going.
Trying to get these girls to like me. And I'm starting to hate women. Because
Face?
I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6.
See?
But I'm so desperate. I'm liking the 2s and the
Hang on.
3s, and even they won't like me back. Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads?
She put him on
Heads.
blast.
Like, what is
No,
going
no,
on?
she didn't.
It
No.
is so difficult
Oh, he-
dating as a boy.
No.
I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
No,
Yeah.
she was not putting him on blast. A 6 is actually good. People are like, oh, a 6 is horrible. It's better than
Maybe for you.
I wish I
Average.
was a
It is
6. I mean,
literal
I'm
average.
right.
It's better than average. And
Oh, wait,
now
but-
she now she would rate herself a 10,
Oh,
undoubtedly.
100%.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
So to be
She will.
clear,
I don't know.
and all of her friends are 10s.
Yeah,
I don't-
exactly.
Unless
That's
she's an
true. That's
actual
what I
10,
mean.
in which
Yeah,
You
that's what I
stopped
mean.
it. I don't know. You stopped and said she was making about herself. But you kept watching. You realized you were wrong about
No,
that. She may not
she's still
think she's
making it
making
about
it.
herself. She
I'm
doesn't
with- no, I'm
actually.
with
She
it.
doesn't have the ability to actually empathize with
I
men.
think she
don't
does.
think.
I think she
No,
does.
she doesn't.
Darnell,
I'm
you
sorry.
can fix her, right? Is that where you're going
No,
with this?
I can't
No.
fix her. But I'm telling
No,
you,
she doesn't.
dude. Emerald may agree with me, dude. In my
Yeah,
experiences,
so will
that
she change her behavior towards men after this?
she may not.
She may not.
No.
It literally is a coin toss.
Here's the deal with that. People oftentimes see they're wrong in the way they think, but very seldom do they actually follow through with.
Oh, that's
when
true.
they
I mean, I
find
do it all the time. I fuck
Yeah.
up all the time, and
Exactly.
I'm like,
So
I will
she may
change.
be
And then
a
I
good
don't.
person and realize what's
Yeah.
happening, and because we're creatures of convenience,
Yeah.
to continue this mentality, to continue keeping it in front of her mind, would take a lot of effort to change that mentality, and people just don't do it.
Because
Right,
I
so
don't
that's the thing.
think on the dating, I don't think her on the dating app going forward is going to start looking at 5s and 6s. She's still going to be looking at the
No.
10s.
Right.
Because here's
yeah.
the thing: these women will have these feelings, but they won't introspect about them, which means they can't change anything because they won't apply it to themselves.
Not gonna happen.
They know there's the problem, but they don't think it's up to them to be the
Not gonna
solution.
To be fair, guys do the same thing.
Oh, I'm not. Yes, I agree. A lot of
But
guys.
why
do
is it
I
that
do
when we
the
bring
same.
up women's behavior, someone has to jump out of the bushes and say, "But also, men, we don't
You
do
want me
that
to tell
with
you why?
men."
You want me to tell you why? Me and Emerald have grown up in the previous generation. We know, we have seen it's like that. We don't. We y'all grew up in this technology information age, and you're not. You're seeing like this. You're not seeing the big picture, the stuff that came before it.
Yeah,
Telling you.
yes, I understand that, but also I want you to be realistic about what single men
I am.
are dealing with. Like you
I am.
gotta understand, like
Yeah.
you even suggesting that there's a possibility that a woman could experience life as a man and then make meaningful changes in her own behavior, sort of like a Christmas Carol type situation. You know,
George
you're
Bailey.
giving men false hope. My message
happens.
of just
It happens.
accept that they are the
Yeah.
way they are and deal with that reality is actually the better message.
Well,
'Cause
hold on.
that's
To be
gonna lead
fair,
to less frustration over time.
Darnell, hang on. To be fair, Darnell is the one who's had kids of the group, so maybe we should listen to him. As much
Right,
as I
but he
never
had
will give-
kids
I would
in,
never will give you credit, Darnell, but I'm giving you credit for having children.
I know, but he had kids in an era before before
Dude,
before the dating
listen.
apocalypse.
No,
It doesn't
no,
matter.
no.
There's no giving
no.
up hope. all
My
right?
oldest is 12,
I
dude.
have hope.
No,
My
I'm
oldest is
not.
12.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying give up hope on having kids and getting married. I'm actually pro marriage, pro kids. That's my explicit position. What I'm saying is give
But
up
not
hope
together,
that
right?
women are ever going to understand you or feel bad for you.
Deal.
Like
I
they're
was
never
in
going
my
to do
30s
that.
before I had my first kid. I was in my 30s. I didn't have kids when I was younger.
Okay.
I was 31 when I had my first kid, or 32, something like that.
Hey,
But
real quick, can I share my my promotion of Bad Sauce's book? Did I share that with you guys yesterday?
is there a crash
No,
car on the
share that.
cover?
All right, so there was this chick who I
3D
follow,
asset.
she's hot on Instagram, and then she did book recommendations ? And I put the Dunce Whisperer as a book recommendation for her. So I told her to read this book. So real quick, shout out. Anyway, continue.
Hold on. Oh, I'm going to do solo layout. Hold up the
Oh,
book again.
Yeah, I said I literally put in her responses. I said Illumination Toolsmith, Tale of the Dunce Whisperer. So we'll see if
Hey, there you go.
she'll read the back of the book. And it's this. The back of the book is so good. Oh, What is the best part of the book? The entire book.
That's a good answer.
Good answer. Good answer. You know, it's almost as close as what's your favorite part of the book. My favorite part is it's just the whole book. Or
So-
what's your favorite Star Wars? I love all of the
All the
Star
Star
not
Wars.
true.
No,
No one's
You-
favorite
you-
Star
you're
Wars
dead to
is
me.
Star Wars.
you're dead to me.
Okay, no. To answer Bat Sauce's question in the chat there, guys, which of you can bench 225?
I
Well, you
used to
want
be
to know
able
what?
to.
You want to know what? Listen to this and watch. Okay, I'm about to do it. I'm holding 225 in one fucking hand.
Oh,
There you go.
So,
Ah.
Theo, I want to add something here to this. We keep
Okay.
talking about how like this is all like this generation and all the tech has like changed women. It's also changed our outlook on women to make us
Yeah.
more negative.
Polarized.
And
I agree.
Well, no, okay, that's a good point too. And also the
wait.
threshold for being a macho, badass, ballsy, adventurous dude has never been lower. Just if you're willing to talk to a woman you don't know in public, just in line at Target, you are in the top 20% of most badass, adventurous dudes in America. Just
Which
know
is
that.
very sad.
You're
Which is very
already-
sad.
You're already putting yourself up there in the same conversation as fucking Navy SEALs just by willing to tell a barista you like her smile, you know, because
Dude,
you're
that's
taking your
kinda
life in
true.
your own hands when you do that, you know? It's a
That's
risk.
kinda true,
Women
dude.
respect risk taking, even if they won't, admit it. They do,
It-
and you've
it's
got a
true.
really good chance, especially you, Vaughn. You got cheekbones and curls. You got nothing to lose by chatting up the
Yeah.
barista. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the barista generally has to get rid of the nose piercing and the hair dye, and maybe she'd be worth the effort.
That's
Wait.
tough.
what's this? Vaughn has cheekbones. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah, two
That's why
people
I
can have it,
specifically
dude.
said you two would get leniency in a crime. We
Yeah,
would because we
okay,
don't have
exactly.
cheekbones. We don't have abs.
Hey, Darnell. The reason why he says that is because remember, Timu Jesus is very humble.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
I have
Excellent.
cheekbones somewhere.
Yeah,
Right.
you guys are beautiful. No, maybe
I haven't seen
Darnell's
my
right.
cheekbones in 20 years.
Maybe
I was told
Darnell's
that
right.
dad bods were making were becoming popular, and I'm still waiting for that to happen.
Well, here's the thing. It's like almost everyone in the country is fat now. So at what point are we just gonna just accept that and start mushing our sweaty, blobby bodies together? You know what I'm
Never.
saying? Like it's
Hey,
just
I have no problem with going to Walmart in yoga pants.
Let's see if there's
Same.
I never use Twitch, but let's see if there's a dating show going live on Twitch right now.
There probably
you
is.
know, there would be
I'm
a whole bunch of
very
homos.
I'm very into this like
I'm
Darnell
actually like
hosted
because
dating
I thought
show
it was.
idea.
I said this as an off the cuff joke, and I'm actually like this.
No,
is-
there are actually YouTube ones. There are YouTube dating sites, and they're fucking hilarious. Like there's one there's like
Because here's the
they
thing,
line
I don't
five
actually
guys
think I'm
out,
gonna get anything, but I think it would be so funny.
But no, they line
Okay,
five guys.
okay,
out,
there we
like,
go. Theo, we'll work the logistics out.
There's
Yeah,
a, there's
Darnell,
a
I'll
speed
hit you
dating
up
one
in
with
the
a
group
buzzer.
chat and we'll try to put something together. And then
But if you watch the fails from these actual YouTube dating shows, they're the funniest fucking things. But there's ones with buzzers, like it's like after like 5 minutes, the buzzer goes on. You can hit it to get the other person out. There are ones where it's like a line of 5 guys. They bring a woman in, and each guy has a balloon that they
Pop
pop
balloon,
it
Oh,
out.
yeah. Well, I've seen it with the women, and it's like the guy walks in, and already like half of them already popped their balloons
Wait,
before even
I've
the
seen a
thing is
dude.
said.
I've seen one with a bunch of dudes, and a trans guy walks in, all of them, pop, 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 and the person's all offended. Like, dude,
There was let's see, there was one where there was like the 10 women. The guy walked in and then popped one of the women's balloons.
Yeah.
As soon as
yeah,
he
that was a
walked
trans
past her.
woman. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Damn.
Yeah. Then they
Was
popped
that-
all their balloons
okay.
because he
and,
didn't want to.
and when he did that, 4 others popped their balloons. There was only one left.
Crazy.
By the time
Which,
he
by
made it
the
to
way,
his mark,
that-
there was only one left.
Yeah, that means all the women with brain worms just took themselves out of the equation. So that's actually
And he
Yeah,
made that
beneficial.
comment. He made that comment that thank y'all for thank you for getting rid of
Yeah,
yourselves.
that's the thing, Darnell, about like getting into a relationship now. It's like, so the good news is women are basically interchangeable, which is fine. But also you have to like deworm them. You have to like get the brain worms out or pretend that you also have brain worms, or your life is going to be constant conflict. And most guys just don't want to live in constant conflict. I've chosen to embrace it.
Yeah.
And it honestly, it's not a peaceful existence. You know, It's constant. It's a lot of stress for no fucking reason. I had to stop using Twitter. Basically, I use it for networking now. I'm not embroiled in the fights anymore.
See, I love arguing, but I'm so goddamn tired of arguing with people who can't argue.
Yeah,
like I was in an argument over.
Now, why you like arguing with me? Because I always win.
Is that what you're doing? Is that what
You
you're
think
doing?
you win? You think you win?
No, I was in an argument with this person over Grums, and this is the person saying so. If you remember Black Myth Wukong, they had their consultancy group tried to extort them for $7 million to change up their game, and they denied it. So people were like, well, he said that Game Science, that Sweet Baby Inc. was specifically the company who tried to extort Game Science. But the post Grum says such as Sweet Baby Inc. Not it was Sweet Baby. I'm like, no, such as means that SBI is the style, not that SBI is the company. And this person cannot rationalize the difference in those two statements. She cannot figure it out. And of course, it's a woman.
Yep. You do no, yeah. I had to stop arguing on Twitter because it was like, okay, because I was always getting into it with fucking feminists, and they would take what I said and just deliberately misinterpret it in the worst way possible and then insult me. It was like, and then they would just flood my mentions. So it was like arguing with like 50 unhinged girlfriends all at the same time, and they're all texting me. And it's like I can't.
Feminists are obsessed
anymore.
with strawmen, but they hate they got to take the masculinity out of it.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't, like, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, this isn't making meaningful progress. I'm just going to try to be funny on Twitter, and then that's it. I'm going to use it for networking, and that's it. All right, fellas. Well, we've been going for 2 solid hours, so we're going to do outros.
That's right. We can go for 2 hours, ladies.
That's okay. All right. Let's not.
Yeah, we're stretching facts.
Darnell, can you stop?
There's been a long refractory
stop.
period going on.
I don't. Every time you say one of these fucking awful dad jokes, women see us and know that we're friends, and they think less of me. I want you to know that.
Oh, we're not friends, Theo. Don't worry.
Thank you. All right, hey, Vaughn, I want to do your outro first because you have the most to say probably. So say your thing, and then I'm going to post your link in the chat again.
All right, so should I show my campaign as I do it?
Yes. Show whatever you got to show. Let's get it. I'll get your link.
Oh, yeah. Show whatever you got to show. Ladies, pay attention.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, ladies, pay attention. I got a product for you.
Show your abs.
Ladies and gentlemen, my comic book Phenomenova issue 2 Down to the Core is funding now. Issue 1 is available on my website. Great part about it is you can look off and fund it. You can buy issue 1 now. You can even read the first 10 pages of issue 1 absolutely free. You can get it digitally. You can get it physically. Whatever you decide, you can get. There are multiple exclusive covers. We got the main cover, which is going to be available after the fact as well. But then we have these covers, which are going to be campaign exclusives. So we also have the back cover, all of this. But Phenomenova also has an art contest. So if you're an artist and you want to try out your hand, make sure to do that. The book is mostly done, so it should be shipping out relatively soon. And all backers will get this trading card if we fund free with their order.
Bad sauce. Bad sauce.
What is it?
He knows firsthand.
Yeah, like statistically, I've said this before. Statistically, the vast majority of Phenomenova customers are unaffected by car problems. Really, a very vocal minority. I will say. But let me go ahead and play the trailer for issue 2, and then you guys will want to get the book.
Okay, wait, before you do, Vaughn, no ice chewing this time, so I don't laugh.
I just want it to be like the Crusader Corps. Like my father. I thought with my new powers I could be. But I failed. I let everyone down. I got people hurt. I just wanted to make the world a better place. And instead I made things worse. But now I have the chance to make things right with the help of one of the Crusader Corps. The Phoenix section. And I will. I have to. Whatever it takes. I will find that spark again.
Yeah.
There we go. That is the trailer for my book.
Little known fact: Phenomenova is modeled after Arza and a combination of Arza and Drunken Emerald.
Yeah.
What?
Emerald, what are you?
I don't know.
Emerald, what are you trying to show?
I'm being stupid.
So yeah.
Eventually, I'll get a quote. I'll get a quote on there too about the best part of the book, the entire book.
Yeah, exactly. Really, for real. So the book is set 20 years after World War III and follows the next generation of superheroes rising up. So that hero, so she is basically training him. She fought in World War III, and now she's training him after he fails to strike out on his own in issue 1. So if you like it, make sure to do it. Again, and don't take my word for it. Take the word of satisfied customers. Start out, for example, like the book. He gives.
I backed it the first day. I'm cannot wait for this.
Thank you. Yeah, and
I need to find out what happens.
Thank you. And the faster we get this funded, the more we get it funded, faster we can move to the next one and the next one and the next one. So you're not just funding issue 2, you're also showing that there's interest in ones down the line. So again, make sure to back the book as soon as you're able. Thank you so much for having me on, man.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Vaughn. And remember, buy Vaughn's book about, I think, a hot older lady grooming a much younger boy. It's very sexy.
This is
She can
Vaughn's,
change him.
That's
She can
the
change
complete
Vaughn's
brand
whole plan.
alignment.
This is a dream.
I know you
great
haven't
thing
seen
is-
my
the great thing
comedy.
is
That's
that I already
brand
have
alignment.
things in
This
my-
is perfect.
Gotcha. And also, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all socials. It's just my name, Vaughn.
Yes, follow him on all socials. That's going to be great. All right.
And the
let's
great
do,
thing is I already have dings in my car, so I'm not concerned.
there you go.
Oh no! He has a ding and he smashed your car, like it's undrivable.
Again, these are false. Fuck you.
Terrible.
Is your car even hard to start out? Your car's fine.
Also, Vaughn, have you thought about getting an updated
Called an
promotional
outlier.
photo? Because the photo you've been using, I have a hard time believing you took that on purpose. It's fucking awful. You got
Which one? The-
you
I
are
need
so
a
much
better-
hotter than that photo where you're
I
doing
gotta
the
get a new
finger
picture.
guns.
Yeah, I gotta get a new
You
picture.
need to get a sexier photo, man.
The
I
perm
don't-
hair.
yeah,
Yeah.
what do you recommend? I
No,
do?
no,
I
that
guess
photo's
someone-
great. It makes him look about as old as he actually is.
No, do you know anybody who's an actual photographer so you don't look like a teenage boy?
Yeah, I
Okay,
should
you know what,
probably get a new
A
picture.
professional photographer will not help with that.
Hey,
the
Will,
fuck
look
up,
at his
Arza.
fucking hair. I'm saying
There
if
you
you
go.
photograph that under the right light, it's going to be a thirst trap.
Yep.
Arza, look at this, man.
Oh, unlike Theo's, that it looks like you stare at his photo of his.
He's stripping you.
Yeah, he's
He's
undressing
eyeing
you.
you up.
This is
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Is the right
What
photo
did you
can
do?
make
Did you
hot.
hire a photographer?
Yeah,
That's
Theo, your
right.
picture makes me a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
That's probably why I'm not
supposed
getting
to.
likes at dating apps. I look like a fucking idiot in all the pictures I put because I don't.
Good. All right, Drunken, what are you trying to show me here? I'm going to pull this up.
In alignment with our conversation today.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Just a couple of questions.
I love Julie
How do you
Benz.
that?
Oh yeah, I've seen this clip.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
Oh, man. Emerald. Actually, we'll do Arza next because Arza is also a very special guest today. Arza, let's say
Very
a viewer
special.
wanted to
By
find
very
you,
special,
where
he
could
means
we-
window licker.
Pink Moscato loving.
I can tell you what the windows on the short bus taste like. Yes.
Hey,
It
yo.
tastes like my favorite color, clear.
All right. So, my channel Arza Chats. I'm basically the gay, young, and stupid version of Yellow Flash. That's basically just the content I do is just daily news. Except I haven't done a daily news video since I think the 2nd. So I'm doing great. I will get back to doing videos once I'm back on campus because this is my bedroom. that my twin sister destroyed because she's staying here. Anyway, I'm going to be on MSK's show on Monday, and hopefully doing daily videos. And I'm also working on the official Rogues Gallery Discord channel, so that we can actually have a place for all members of the Rogues and all fans of the Rogues to come and combine and talk with each other and share memes without having to tag each other on Twitter and dealing with all that bullshit. And hopefully this will be useful. I'm going to try and get bots in there so we can have like games and whatnot. I'm going to set up gaming sections so we can all like join lobbies together so we can finally play Marvel Rivals and do a bunch of other stuff that'll hopefully make for a very serviceable Discord.
I might do a Marvel Rivals stream today, actually, if you guys want to do it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, tell me what time, and if I'm free, I'll jump on.
Can I drop slurs?
Everyone but Arza is allowed in the game.
You need me to carry, okay? You need me to carry.
I'm sure you feel that way.
I suck, so I'm gonna tell you.
You look at my win rate, okay? I'm gonna drop in and play.
I don't think you understand. The goal is not to win. It's not about the journey, or it's not about the destination. It's the friends you make along the way.
There you go. There you go.
About to lose along the way.
This is
spoken like someone with no friends.
Yeah, see, I don't know, Vaugh, that might be the gayest thing anyone said on this podcast today. We've had Arza here the whole time.
Look, you know how Larry King is the black face of white supremacy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am the gay face of straight supremacy.
Excellent.
I thought you were gonna say I'm the straight face of gay, or wait, the gay face. Well, I don't know what you were gonna say.
Anyway, speaking of gay face, Drunk Emerald, where can we find you?
You threw me for a loop on that one.
Yo, you thought he was going to you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker, that's me. Okay, you can't take that from me.
I'm so unattractive to dudes won't even want me to pick me last. You see?
Oh shit!
I don't know. I've had no. No, we're not going down that. Not going down that road. And just so you know, Arza, not that into you. Sorry, stop DMing me.
He won't stop. He's still typing.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he's still going at it. Oh, that just lit up. Like, wow, it's really lighting up now.
Wait, your crotch or your phone?
My phone.
God, all right. Aren't you the host of the very popular Insert Title Here
Yes,
show?
I've got the Insert Title Here show, which is on Fridays at 9:30 p.m. PST with my co-host Darnell Quigley and my rogue on the street reporter Theo Snodgrass.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Is there anything else you want to promote while you're here, or should I kick it over to Darnell?
I'm gonna. You wanna know what? I'm gonna make my own shampoo. That's fuck it. I'm gonna start designing my own shampoo products. Just so that I have something to promote and push. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a rebranded formula of a different company. No, because that's not right. But it might be.
Just go buy some soap stuff at Hobby Lobby and make soaps.
Yeah, it's granted it's going to look and feel and act a lot like Head and Shoulders because it's Head and Shoulders.
Hell yeah.
Different label.
All right, Mr. Darnell Quigley.
All right, everybody strap on. We'll be in for a ride. So Monday night, I will be on the MSK show. Tuesday night, I'm hosting Trivia Time with Quizmaster Darnell Quigley, 8:45 p.m. Central. Probably gonna have these two guys up there. They seem to be my Robin to my they're my Batman Robin to my Commissioner Gordon.
What am I doing?
Right. Friday I'll be at Insert Title Here. Shut up. Next Saturday I'll be with Kirsten Straw with Full Metal Nate. And also be on the lookout for the unnamed dating show coming soon.
Yeah, evidently.
It'll be YouTube's best and most live dating show on the internet.
The best one.
And most live.
Most live? What do you mean? If you're
Yes.
live, you're live. What do you mean?
Yes. Yes.
Well, just to weed out any sus behaviors, I think we should have some dead panelists as well. Got to make sure
I can make it happen.
the cold turkey.
I'm sure I could dig my mom up somewhere. It's all
Oh
good.
my god. Oh my god.
Yo, now to be fair, you guys haven't seen Darnell's mom. She's
very skinny.
You know, I think I might be
It's
having a
unendorsed
guest
this.
come on right now.
I mean,
uh,
I'm all for hair one cheek of skin and bones, but I just can't just do bones.
I think we have a guest appearance.
there has to be some skin. Oh, is that
What's
your
up,
sister
dude?
who was gonna yell at you?
Yeah, wait, can you
that's-
yell at him? Hold on,
She,
come back.
he's got headphones. She can't hear us.
Ah,
Tell-
dang it.
tell-
Oh,
What's up,
jeez.
dude?
What's up, little
It's
buddy?
morning out. Oh, you don't
Hey,
need
I can go find my brother.
Yeah,
He's
Arza.
in a small can. He's in a
Arza.
can.
Arza,
So
I'm
they
willing to bet
just,
I'm willing to bet he's seen more movies than you, dude.
So, did you guys just get that one the regular way, or is that an import? What's the
Wait. What do you mean, you guys? You
This
implying they had the
whoever-
kid together?
whoever's baby it is?
Oh, okay.
Is that
We
Is
can't hear you.
This is my twin sister's baby,
gotcha? Okay,
and that was my little sister who brought him in because my
So
twin
it's half-
sister's
so
out.
it's half
taking
yours.
friend. Huh?
So it's half yours.
And now
This
he
is
wants
a
to play with my
cat.
microphone. Oh, thank you, Alistair. That's very kind of you.
Oh, great. All right, folks. My name
You
is Theo
smacking that pussy.
Snodgrass. My producer Lucius is telling me it's time to end the stream soon. You can find me here at Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass on Saturday mornings. Actually, next week I have to do the show at 11 because of a scheduling conflict. So the show's just at 11 now, and this is the first time I've mentioned it when we have 3 viewers. Our best show ever, and we're just changing the fucking time. What?
Yeah, well, it's my best show ever because
That's also
I'm
news
here.
comment.
Listen, I bring an
Yeah,
audience.
this is what I
base.
looked like before I grew a beard. Yep.
No, go
Yeah.
down. Keep going down. This is the next one.
Up
No,
one.
Too far. This one.
Yeah.
Yep. This is what I looked like before I grew a beard. You got it.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't take those off. Please don't.
That's true. That's accurate. All right. Yeah, you can find me here. You can find me on insert title here. You can find me on Nate's D&D, Full Metal Nate's D&D stream on Saturdays. That's a party. Every other Saturday, I guess. That's a party. And I'm going to be, I'm also doing a crowd work show on the 30th of this month. So be on the lookout for the clips and videos that come out after that. If you want to see all that stuff and find out what I'm doing, see pictures of my cat. If I leak nudes, be where they will be. So you'll be early. Definitely follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Follow all these fine people here. Help crowdfund this. Here, go this way. Help crowdfund this comic book.
Can I do that to him?
He threw that.
Mine,
pussy.
say mine is asleep over on the couch.
See what you guys don't know is I threw him like 2 feet this way to a mattress.
No, I know.
Right.
I assumed
Chucked him.
threw him into a fire pit off.
He's got a window right there. He threw the cat through the window.
My producer's asleep.
This is him. He's fine. He's fine.
That's
He's
a different
just
cat. That's a different cat. You're not.
Ooh, is that silk sheets?
That was the stunt double.
That's satin sheets.
Hey,
yeah. I
hey,
have
Team
satin
Jesus
sheets,
sleeps
a
only
zebra
on
print
the best.
comforter, and the real conversation piece in here is the Cardi B body pillow.
Ladies, he has satin sheets.
The what?
Yeah. What I do with my satin sheets with my body pillows between me and Jesus. So you best leave that alone. Okay.
Timu Jesus
Anyway.
versus real Jesus.
Anyway, ladies, I'm going to be on a dating show. It turns out this is the idea we just had during the stream. So,
Dude, I have.
you
Yeah.
you can get along with my body pillow. I might be the man for you. All right. Let's
is
get out of
fucking
here, folks.
incredible.
And don't forget, go outside and touch.
There is
some
a
fucking
child on
grass.
this stream.
Yeah, playing with your keyboard.
Yeah, I know it's you, dude.